Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for our second Carling Currie Cup live stream of the day. We just saw a draw between the Griquas and the Cheetahs. So that now means unless the Western Province can get a win by 24 points, that we have got ourselves our top four. It is going to be the Bulls, the Sharks, the Griquas, and the Cheetahs. But this game here, the Bulls taking on the Pumas, taking on the Cheetahs, I should say. Did I say the Cheetahs earlier on? I meant the Pumas. I think I got them around the wrong way. But the four top at this stage is going to be the Bulls, the Sharks, the Pumas, and also the Griquas. But yeah, it's going to be a very exciting game here for the Bulls. Do let me know what the score you think is going to be into the chat. That was a weird way of wearing it. My brain's all over the place. It's currently 2:41 a.m. here in New Zealand's second Carling Currie Cup live stream of the day. The temperature is 13 degrees, 24 kilometers of wind. We saw the wind was all over the place in the game between the Pumas and the Griquas. The kicking conditions were not easy one bit, and 13-all draw. I think that is possibly the best case scenario for both sides in terms of how they were going to be able to make it through to the final without having too much worry watching that Sharks versus Western Province game. But we have got Sean in the chat. We have also got Charles, Katie Dixon, also KPM. Johnny is in there. Bulls on top is the comment as well. And also easy win for the Bulls, says Steve Smith. And 25-5 for the Bulls, says Katie. Do let me know, everyone, your predictions of how many points you think the Bulls will win this game by. And we will either look back and see that someone got it right, or we will see that we were all wrong if the Cheetahs can somehow pull off the massive upset. But at this stage, we are only going to be around 5 minutes or so away from the kickoff. 13-all draw between the Griquas and the Pumas, like I mentioned. Now we are going to be looking at the starting lineup and reserves for these two sides. Looking at the Blue Bulls, they've got a strong side. I'm looking forward to seeing Madosh Tambwe out on that right wing side. Very dangerous player. Also Cornell Hendricks in the midfield. Also very good form at the moment for that man. David Creel at the back, going to be exciting. Stenkamp, Heinrich Lowe. They've got a very good fullback in front of those backs, the Blue Bulls, and they will be hoping to extend that lead. At the moment, they are sitting on 44 points. In second, the Sharks on 40, Griquas 35, Pumas 34, and then the Western Province are sitting on 30, with the Cheetahs sitting on 26 as well. But if they get this win, they would actually go above the Western Province, depending on how it goes. But the ball is being run out onto the field by the looks of it at the moment, which is very exciting indeed. Then looking at the Cheetahs lineup, and I'll be honest, I haven't seen too much of this Cheetahs side throughout the Currie Cup. It is just because of the fact I haven't been able to watch the Currie Cup since last week. It was the first round that we were shown in New Zealand for about 3 or 4 weeks in a row because of the Olympics. So it is good to see them back. So these names I may struggle with a little bit, but hopefully overall I will be able to get them doing not too bad. And Rohan Pena in the number 9 jersey as a player I'm looking forward to seeing out there in this game. But at the stage, the players are about to make their way out onto the field, which means we are only moments away from another game. 45-12, the Bulls will win as well, says Steve Smith, and Cheetahs will win by 10 as well, says CPM, and Bulls by at least, the Bulls will be 30 points, and also the Cheetahs will be on 10, and Bulls by at least 20, says Katie Dixon as well. And then also we have got 30-10 for Charles Lamalo. And so that is the exact same score as CPM boys. CPM boys. So I guess everyone is thinking along the same lines of a big win for the Bulls here. And the Bulls by at least 20 was Katie Dixon. We've almost got 3 exact scorelines, perhaps, you could say. And then Steve has gone with the big one and gone with 33 points for the Bulls to be able to win by. We have to wait and see whether or not that could be the case. I feel like it's actually probably a fair shout, but they are showing Rohan Pena at this stage. He is going to be hoping that his side can get the win. We are going to be going like this, and we have got the live score getting ready to go here. It is going to be the Blue Bulls who are at home. We are at Loftus for this match, and they are just showing the fact that they have got some very good players off the bench as well. The likes of, Chris Smith has actually been finding some very good form as of late. He's been put in a big shift in that number 10 jersey anytime he gets the opportunity. Mornay Smith in the front row is another player to look forward to seeing alongside Stenkamp, who is on the other side. But at this stage, we're moments away. I'm excited. And at this stage, it looks like maybe the Cheetahs set themselves on the wrong side, and Arno Borta was telling them all about it. He is saying, you're supposed to be going the other way, mates. At this stage, it looks like a very nice day there, and because of it, hopefully, though you don't get any rain for any of these games, Bulls will win as well, says Charles Lamalo for his 30-10 scoreline. At the stage, AJ Jacobs, is going to be the referee for this one. The Cheetahs are going to be kicking off, going from left to right. They are showing Cornell Hendricks. He's got the headgear, got the blonde beard, and he is hoping to maybe get himself a meat pie, as we sometimes call it in the Southern Hemisphere, or in New Zealand anyway, maybe Australia, or get himself a try, I guess I should say, before this one. But now, 2:45 a.m., We are ready to go for the kickoff. The first half is going to be underway. Can we get a big score in one here for the Bulls, or will the Cheetahs keep it close and try and edge their way somewhere towards the Western Province, who are sitting in fifth? But the game is about to be underway, and Rohan Pena is the man who is going to be kicking off. He's going into the sun. Smart move off the start, nicely taken. A big hit there on, is that Chris Smith? No, that was actually Husson who did receive that one. That was a good hit straight away from the Cheetahs. Going back across field now, we can already hear calls of offside from some of the Bulls players, I believe. But at this stage now, it's going to be Janko van Veren passing it back, and that is going to be Husson finding the touchline into the sun. And at this stage now, 30 metres out, it is going to be the Cheetahs who will have the line-out throw. So we have asked the question of what the score prediction, or in terms, we've been asking the question of the score prediction. Now I will ask the question of what do you guys think will be or who do you think, I should say, will be the first try scorer of this match? I am going to be going with, I'm going to say it's going to be Madosh Tumbwe is my prediction for the Bulls. But at this stage, the Cheetahs have got the possession. Oh, it's a big knock on though, unfortunately. And now the Bulls spills free, and it will be the opportunity here for Cornell Hendricks to pass it off. I've got the advantage for the knock on just outside of their 22 here. It's going to be once again Van Veren passing it back here. It's a nice tackle. And it's going to be passed back once again. And Husson once again going to be kicking it downfield towards the halfway line. Going to be dropped once again by the Cheetahs. And that is not the start to the match that they would have been wanting. They can't afford little handling errors such as that. And it was Jair who was able to get in that situation. Guess I'll support the Bulls as well, says Steve Smith. And at this stage, I think we've got a lot of Bull supporters all wanting to see them have a big one. And even 1 point in this one would pretty much 100% secure them. I guess that's not the same thing. Pretty much and 100% doesn't quite go together. But more than a point in this match will get them a home final. So we will get to see Loftus in play once again for the semi-final next week. And they will either be playing up against the Western Province is an option, or it will be up against the Griquas. More than likely, the Pumas, and more than likely it will be the Pumas. I'm all over the place at the start of this live stream. I've realized I went and had a drink of water. You see, maybe I am like allergic to liquid. And maybe it is that situation of anytime I have liquid, that's how I don't speak. I can't speak. So then that's why I don't have it on live stream. I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of a story behind it. But at this stage now, the ball's going to be put in by Janssen van Veren now. It's going to be on the side of the Blue Bulls going back across field. Husson now gives it to Cornell Hendricks, tackled low. And David Krill. And also, I was saying, actually, I said Impo was actually the description I was given there. And Heinrich Lowe with a nice run forward. Once again, passing it back. And Husson once again going to be looking for the touchline. It's a decent kick downfield. Going to be just inside of the 22. Charged down as well. He's just thrown himself there. And as he knocked himself out, I think he's dislocated his shoulder there. Then number 11, Arenza. This doesn't look too good. And there's a few blows of the whistle here. I think this guy has just... Is this guy... Oh, it's a neck injury, I think. I don't know what he's done here, but he's well and truly... He threw himself just in the air. And I don't know what's happened to him. He kind of just well and truly committed. Curtly Arenza, he scored 20 Carling Cup career points in 9 appearances, 4 tries for the man. But this does not look good for him. He kind of tried to charge it down, and he kind of just absolutely... He hit... I think he got knocked out on impact. He did. He actually got hit in the face with the ball. In the air. I thought he had charged it down originally, but he actually got hit on the forehead and was knocked out as he was falling down. That was a clean knockout from the charge down with his face. That's why he fell so awkwardly, because he was completely out cold. That is not what you want to see at all. Definitely not for a young player who was possibly going to have a big game, but that's why he kind of fell in the weirdest way possible, was because he was actually knocked out before reaching the ground. It's an awkward fall, and it's an awkward way of possibly, he's going to have to go off the field for at least an HIA. I thought it was originally a shoulder dislocation or something, but he's going to be carted off on the stretcher here, which is not ideal. I think it was worse because of the fact he was knocked out, and then he kind of fell in a way that kind of kinked his neck. But that is not what you want to see for Arenza very early on in this game. Good Lord, is he okay? It doesn't look that great for him at the moment, but he just got absolutely whacked in the face with the ball, and he was not completely unconscious. So I think it will be Rohan Combrink, who will be making his way out onto the field a lot earlier in this game than he would have been expecting. We're only 3 minutes in at this stage, and he was completely knocked unconscious. So now it will be Combrink making his way out there. That is a weird way to start a match. And I feel like, yeah, hopefully he is okay in that regard. It wouldn't have been what the Bulls would be wanting, because by the looks of it, the way he is being stretched off at the moment, he will be missing, of course, the rest of this match, but maybe those semi-final and finals matches as well. They are taking all the precautions that they can, though, here to make sure that they do not move him too much. So because of it, it does mean he will be cut off on that stretcher right next to the touchline, I should say. And at this stage now, all of the players just kind of standing around. They probably had themselves all pumped up at the start of this match, getting ready to go. And now there's kind of been that slight pause in the action, I guess you could say. But at this stage, also, while we are at it, while we have got a short moment, we will show the Bulls starting lineup. Unfortunately, it does mean now Arenza in the number 11 jersey is no longer going to be out there for them, unfortunately. But does mean that now off the bench, it will be the man who is in the number 23 jersey, which for this one is Brink. So they are going to be taking him off the field. They are just going to be making sure that the neck is supported, that he is going to be hopefully all right to go for one of the future matches for the Bulls. But yeah, not the way that he would have been wanting. But they are just showing the live table as well. 44 points for the Bulls is what I was trying to say, with a points differential of plus 71. So they really do need 1 or 2 points at least in this game to stop the Sharks from being able to overtake them, who had a huge win over the Lions last week, the most points that a side has put on in a Currie Cup game. And that was with 56, overtaking. I should say, tell you what, I had a shocker with my words so far, overtaking the Bulls record that they did have. At this stage, it is now going to be the lineup. We are back into the action now between these two sides. Here we go. The time is back on, and we are ready to go once again. 3 minutes in at this stage, and it is going to be the Cheetahs who have got this lineup throw claim nicely there. And Seketi, or Seketi is the name there from the Cheetahs player, but that has been kicked into touch, and now it will be the Bulls who will have the line-out opportunity. And I definitely know the Bulls team better than I know the Cheetahs. Like I mentioned, this is only probably my second time watching the Cheetahs play throughout this whole Currie Cup. And so I don't really have that much of the background knowledge to know what they do very well. I know that they've had a couple of draws, I believe, throughout this Currie Cup so far. And now passing it back now, going to be Marco Janssen van Veeren. Beautiful ball now into the hands of the man in the number 13 jersey. Up low, he's got the man on the inside, finds him as well, Marco Janssen van Veeren scores the try for the Bulls, and now they have taken the lead early on in this one, only 3.5 minutes into this game, and Marco Janssen van Veeren was the man who was able to break the game open for the Bulls, and this will be a nice easy kick as well. So this will be the first 7-pointer for the Bulls in this match. Certainly not the last, but it was Husson who then passed it across field into the hands of Mapo on the inside to Marco Janssen van Veeren, and because of it, he was able to get the first try of this one. He wasn't the one who I predicted, unfortunately, but we did say that the Bulls were going to be scoring first. I absolutely love that miniature ute that runs out onto the field with the tee. I feel like I want to get myself one of those. And we have also got in there, someone's got to start a coffee. Guesses up to me as well. Says, thank you very much for that donation, mate. It seems like I need it at the moment. I actually drank some water in between this live stream, and I don't know what it's done to my brain. It seems to have completely stopped it. And my words just aren't coming out all right, but I do appreciate that donation once again, mate. Definitely, probably the coffee fund needed a top up with the way that the brain is going, but I do appreciate that donation a lot, mate. But the first try of this match going now to the Bulls. Very nicely done indeed, right? I've got to kind of watch the Cheetahs. Oh, the player's neck almost got stood on there. Unfortunately, the Cheetahs number 11 falling over there, yeah. And then from there, almost had a winger landing on his neck, and that would have been another player stretched it off the field, perhaps, if that was the case. But now it is going to be going back now into the hands of Marco Janssen van Veeren, and Husson is going to be kicking it out field. I kind of say Husson a bit weird, because in New Zealand, we have got Wes Husson, and he actually wants you to say it Huisson, is how he pronounces it. But this guy, I believe it is actually Johan Husson, I believe is the pronunciation there. So Huisson and Husson, you end up getting around the wrong way, but it is offside against the Cheetahs, and it was against Mapo in the number 13 jersey. So now it is going to be Pena kicking for touch. They need to make sure that they can get early points on the board up against the strong Cheetahs outfit. We know how strong the Bulls are at finishing matches. They need to make sure that they get plenty early ones. Every time I see Blue Bulls, I think of this American-Canadian folklore legend we have called Paul Bunyan, who got a blue ox named Babe, and was gigantic lumberjack as well. Our folklore is chaotic, says Katie Dixon, and also the dollar signs as well, says Katie. Maybe we need to get a membership emoji that's kind of like a dollar sign, like a golden dollar sign or something, because we have it a golden 100 for the 100th match or the 100th live stream that we've covered. This is going to be a great rolling maul here for the Cheetahs, and they're just going to be a metre short. And this is another opportunity for this side to be able to get some early points. They almost got their rolling maul over the line now. It is going to be up to maybe those forwards once again. It is going to be Fortune, who looks like he is trying to patrol around the side, decide who is going to be going around the side. It's going to be the big forwards. Number 4 here, which is Bernardo, trying to get a little bit closer. Rompena looking into the sun if he decides to go short side, but it would be a pretty good option at this stage, I would think, for the Cheetahs. He thought about going wide, but first it is going to be once again Mossy around the side, trying to get a little bit closer. Hand on the ball for the Bulls player there, but wasn't quite able to get it. It was the replacement number 23, which in this one was Combrink because of that early injury to the number 11. That's a good drive, and that's over the line. That's going to be a try, or is it? It was possibly held up. They're going to be going upstairs, but that could be an early try for the Cheetahs in this one as well. Yeah, custom money emoji as well, says Katie Dixon. It would look pretty cool alongside that George emoji that I do need to keep on working on because, like I mentioned, I tried to get it so that it would come up, but it was squeezed for some reason. Someone just kind of completely ended up squeezing. I must be tired, Mrs. Fund, or tired, Missed Fund. Unbelievable as well, said Steve Smith. Wait, Missed Fund, as in like the dollar sign emoji. Steve Smith, or something else, Missed Fund. Wait, I probably, whereabouts is it? Fund. Oh, for the coffee fund. Okay, I've worked it out now. I got confused for a second. I must be tired as well. But yes, but oh well, says Steve Smith. I knew that it was going towards the coffee fund. Because at this stage, you've got the coffee fund, you've got the pizza fund, you've got the headphone fund. We've got a lot of funds at the moment rolling on the channel. That is for sure, but it's absolutely awesome. And that headset, I feel like it's almost just around the corner. And also the coffee might have to be just around the corner as well, depending on how we go. But hopefully the brain at this stage. Tell you what, I'm not liking the TMO at this stage because of the fact that it's so hard for all these TMOs so far. We saw in that last game, the foot on the line. Like, I would not want to be a man in the TMO box because of the fact that's very tough. I think it's going to be short, so it will be a 5-meter scrum if it was the new rules. Okay, so they have said that it's not a clear grounding. So because of it now, it does mean that it is going to be a 5-meter scrum. Now, something that's interesting is if it was played by the new rules that came in after the 1st of August, this would be a goal line dropout. But because this competition started before the 1st of August, they do not have the 50-22 or any of those rules. That also means that the United Rugby Championship that is coming up soon, with the likes of the Bulls, the Stormers, the Sharks, and also the Lions, are all going to have that 50-22 rule to possibly try and kind of incorporate into their game, because it could be very crucial for them depending on whereabouts in terms of the territory that they are. But it's going to be a 5-meter scrum here for the Cheetahs. The Blue Bulls, they have got a very strong scrum, so they need to make sure that they keep this one going forward. They've done just enough to be able to keep that one now. It's going to be stepping back across. They haven't got the advantage, but they are only a couple meters short. Pena now firing the wide ball. It's going to be Mossy, no one there, and the Cheetahs score it. And that is going to put them right back into this match as well. Blue Bulls have 7 points as well. See CPM. Oh, these guys that flash score, they always put the wrong scores up, unfortunately, for some reason. They never have the right one. The Cheetahs are going to have 7 points as well. I'm going to have to write up my own scoreboard, I think, because of the fact that they just don't seem to update it at flash score. I haven't actually noticed that up till now, but at this stage, it is 7-all possibly, or 7-5 at the moment. The Cheetahs are just that little bit behind, but they are going to have a kick. So I think I am going to have to do my own scoreboard here for the current moment because of the fact that they have not got it up for the flash score one. I think I pressed the wrong button and now it's completely disappeared, that one. We will go like this, and we will go like this, and we will go, yes. Right, we are good. 7-5 at the moment for the Bulls, and there is a kick to come for Rohan Pena. We'll be hoping to be able to get this one over. Tell you what, he has a lot of roles to fill at the moment for the Cheetahs. He is the captain, he is the play kicker, he is the goal kicker. He has a lot on his plate. He's also the halfback, so he's right involved in most of the action throughout this matchup. He'll have to make the decisions in terms of where they're going, in terms of whether they go for the corner or for the penalty. Has he got Rohan Pena? Yes, he does. And now the score is going to be 7-all between these two sides. They're just teasing me. They've put it up to 7-all now. And we also got Flashmore Edmonds recovering from another all-nighter. See, and also we have got, because I have other app will help me to look rugby as well, says CPM. And at this stage, do let me know, everyone who is watching, are you guys watching the game at the same time as just listening to the commentary, or are you just listening to the commentary side of it? Do let me know I am always curious to know whether or not you guys can see what is happening in the game, or whether it is just from my words that you kind of try and work out what is happening. But at this stage, the Cheetahs have got this ball just inside of their 22. Roampina once again going to be firing this ball back, and it will be kicked downfield here by Fortunen. Always a bit of control there from Dava Creel on the touchline, but now it does mean that it will be another opportunity for the Bulls off a line out to possibly go for an attacking player. I think that midfield of Mapo and also Cornell Hendricks is just so dangerous for the Bulls. And then you've got the men on the outside, Madosh Tumbwe. That man's a hard man to stop as well. So it's going to be tough for the Cheetahs in this game, but 7-all at the moment. And we said that the Bulls were going to be winning by about 20 points in the end of this one. Of course, we know that the last 20 is well and truly probably going to go the Bulls' way. That was debatably not straight, but now it is going to be continuing. It's going to be Hussein offloading it now into the lines or into the hands of Heinrich Lowe. That's the wrong name. It was Borta now looping around the outside with Hussein. Now it's Heinrich Lowe, but he's done the offload straight into the hands of Pena. Kicking it in behind. It's a good kick as well. Found a lot of space back there. And it is going to be in the hands of Heinrich Lowe. He was able to take that one nicely. And at this stage now, they're just waiting for a couple more men to get back. And it will be passed back by Marco Janssen Panfero into a couple more of the big forwards, trying to create that little bit of an angle here. Going to be Janko Swanepoel. And now it looks like Hussein will be the man who will have to kick this one away. Or will he? It's going to be a bit of a counteract from the Cheetahs, putting up a little bit of extra pressure. Not quite charged down. And it has found the touchline just outside of the 22, or maybe just inside. And we have got there, no listening to the commentary, the only Southern Hemisphere rugby that NBC will show us so far is the British and Irish Lions tour, as well as Katie Dixon. That is a bit of a shame that they haven't got more of these games showing in America, because they have seen some very good ones in the Currie Cup. So hopefully, so they haven't showed any of the Rugby Championship or anything either, Katie, over there. Because I feel like that's one of those ones. People love watching the All Blacks. And definitely with the All Blacks coming to the US to play USA, surely they play that game over there for free, hopefully. If they don't, then that would be very disappointing indeed. But now it's going to be, once again, coming for the Cheetahs. Here it was for Hunter Merva in the number 6 jersey, going back now to Aiden Davis. Rampina passes it across field now. Little kicking behind. Very nicely done. And tell you what, that's going to be another try for the Cheetahs. And they've scored the try. And it's going to be Duncan Sull who was able to score it. The Cheetahs have taken the lead, ladies and gentlemen, in this match. Not from where I am, and the cable I have as well, says Katie Dixon. Duncan Sull was able to score it. They're doing very nicely here, the Cheetahs. It's just a little kicking behind from Cohen Jasper. And because of it, it is another try to the Cheetahs. They are on fire in the early stages of this game now. And they are looking very good. Steve Smithers put it no way. And tell you what, you gave them 12 points, I believe. Steve, was it? One moment. Yeah, you gave them 12 points. So they may have just scored their 12 points in 12 minutes in that regard, which would be, tell you what, they're on fire. As I say, Rowan Pena, if he misses this kick, your prediction is still well and truly alive. But I can't believe how well the Cheetahs have started this match. To be fair, who did they play last week? I'm trying to think of exactly who it was. I actually think they were playing the Griquas last week, if I'm not wrong. I am wrong. They played the Bulls last... Who did they play last week? They played the Sharks. No. Who are the Cheetahs? They played the Pumas. That's who they played. They played the Pumas. That was the game that went down to the wire as well, if I'm not wrong there. But now at this stage, it is going to be, that's the 12 call on it as well, says Steve Smith. Rampina kicks it. He's actually got it. We will change it. Tell you what, Steve, we will let it away and say that it is 14. And we will just add a couple extra points to the Bulls. So you will be predicting 47-14 if you are all right with that one. But this was just a beautiful little kicking behind from Cohen Jasper. And then from there, Sal able to take it. Score the try as well. The Cheetahs are in the lead by 7 points in this matchup against the Bulls. At home as well, the Bulls are. Madosh Tumbwe joining that rolling maul, taken very nicely off kickoff by Sekiketi. And how's everyone? Hope you are all well. And the Kieran emojis. Y'all got snacks as well with the coffee, the bacon, and the croissant. A little bit fancy there as well from Katie. Oh, cheese and bacon croissant. Those are very nice indeed. That's going to be now a scrum feed for the Bulls because they just weren't quite able to get that ball out of that rolling maul there for the Cheetahs. Originally taken off kickoff by Sekiketi, but then unfortunately just not quite able to find it out. I believe it was actually the man in the number, I think that was maybe Arnold Borta, was able to get in there and was able to get that one for the Blue Bulls is the name I was looking for. I've had a shocker with my pronunciations, but I think it is because of the fact that some of those Cheetahs names I haven't actually heard of up till this game. So I'm trying to remember them alongside being able to talk with my South African accent, which I do not have. I've got, I guess I'll have to accept it as well. Says Steve Smith. I mean, at this stage, I don't think anyone saw the Cheetahs coming out and playing as well as they did, but I feel like the Blue Bulls 15 minutes in, I think a try is just around the corner because of the fact that at this stage, there's an opportunity maybe off a rolling maul, off a rolling scrum. It is going to be a big push here from the Blue Bulls. And at this stage now, it's going to be Mako Janssen van Veeren with the ball at the back. Going round the side, it's going to be a try, is it? Yes, it is. And Heinrich Lowe scores it. And they are back in this match now. The Bulls, that's the problem. The Cheetahs, they score one, but they need to find a way of stopping the Bulls from doing what they have done so many times in this Currie Cup so far this year and scoring tries for fun. That is another one off the rolling scrum there, getting the advantage as well. And then from there, Heinrich Lowe just off the back. No one was ready for him. He was just able to power through the tackle off Fortune. We have got the try emojis from Katie Dixon. I guess I have to accept it as well, says Steve Smith. And also we have got the, is that a bull? I think it's a small bull emoji from Katie Dixon there, if I'm not wrong, in the chat. Tell you what, we will put it up on the screen so we can get, yes, it is a bull. From a distance, it kind of looked like a dog, if I'm not wrong. But now there is going to be an opportunity for the Bulls to be able to convert here. It is going to be once again Hussein who will have an opportunity to be able to get them back into a good position once again. Morning, Hamish. How are you, mate? Going for the Bulls by 7 as well. Says BTV. I'm doing very well, thanks, mate. And hope you are excited for this game. I've just had a massive realization. Right, that kick, that's a good kick. That's gone over as well. 14-all after 16 minutes. I've just had the realization we've had 16 and a half minutes in this game, and both sides have already scored more points than either side did in that last match between the Griquas and also it was the, I keep on forgetting who played. I just watched it. Griquas taking on the Pumas. The Pumas are the team I keep on forgetting. I feel bad because they are going to be in the semi-final games. So I will have to remember them at that stage. But yeah, it's interesting because the fact last game was 13-13. This game is 14-14. And we still have another 70 or 65 minutes or so. Or Madosh Tambai with a bit of a limp there. That's not what the Bulls will be wanting to see, already losing one of their wingers so far. Mako Janssen van Veeren passing it across field. And I believe it would have been just hitting the ball up there. Stennekamp. You've got in there as well. Katie, I wish you're making me hungry. Thanks as well. Says it was Steve Smith. Big kick downfield there. And now going to be kicking it for the touchline once again. Will be the man in the number 10 jersey for Chuan. Big go. Big kick downfield, I should say. And also we have got there. And at the chat, it's freezing here in Durbs, 8 degrees. Here, what we are, 7 degrees. We're very close in that regard with our temperature. Although saying that we are sitting at 3 a.m., you guys are sitting at 4 p.m. So it must have been a pretty chilly day, or will be a very chilly night coming up for your Bertie, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But currently sitting 18 minutes into this game, the sun has pretty much gone down here. It was 13 degrees Celsius at this ground, I believe, because the next game is going to be played as the Sharks' home ground, isn't it? If I'm not wrong. So who are you going for in that Sharks versus Western Province? And what's your score prediction, Bertie, as well? Do let me know. But now Hussein offloading it now to Arnold Borta, the captain, getting wrestled. He has got the knee down, so that does mean now that they have to release him 50 meters out now. And it is going to be Stenkamp driving forward, passes it back now. Going to be Hussein putting the high ball up once again. Going to be taken inside of the 22 by the try scorer for the Cheetahs, one of the try scorers. And it was Sal decided to take the mark in the end. Weird weather for Durbs as well, says Betty V. And also Greens from Malaysia, 27 degrees, hot, humid, 11 p.m. at night, says MH Choi. It's almost completely two sides of the scale, isn't it? It's either 27 degrees Celsius or 7 at this stage, or 8 degrees in South Africa. And we always got there. Time for snacks. Are there snacks in your immediate radius? Your mission is to acquire snacks. Oh, we got the pancakes, the bacon. What is that middle one? I'm trying to look at it. Is it a sushi or a burrito roll or something there? And also we have got there the donut and a tub of ice cream. It must be, tell you what, it must be 11:10 a.m. or sorry, 11:10 p.m. in Perth at the moment. Is it, or is it too late for a late night snack? To let us know, Steve. But at the stage now, it's just ripped away almost by Hussein. Yes, it is, and it's gone backwards. So now it's going to be in the hands of Heinrich Lowe on the halfway line, and the Bulls once again going to be trying to find their way over the try line. And the Cheetahs would absolutely love a bonus point here in this match for getting 4 or more tries. Because, of course, in this competition, it is the case. That's going to be a nice offload. Pina now goes on the outside, and it's going to be Saul once again. Driving forward. Great run from Saul. Just to the 22 now. It's going to be available for Pina with the quick ball. Out the back, flat ball there from the number 6, Van der Merwe. 20 metres out here once again for the Cheetahs, and once again they're on hot attack. It is looking good in the back line for them throughout this match so far. The big number 12 having a run at the line, and this one it is Masuku. Going back now once again to Ferreira. Straight on the ball though, and it is going to be the penalty to the Cheetahs for Mornay Smith leaving his feet there, and I think they will be going for the corner once again. Normally this time of the year, I got shorts on, not longs as well, says Betty V. So it is certainly very chilly. At the moment, I don't remember the last time I wore shorts here in New Zealand, but then that could be because of the fact I always end up doing live streams in the middle of the night, and then when I get up it is dark and cold. So, but I feel like shorts need to be on the table at some stage coming up. Surely we're getting out of winter very soon, which will be very nice indeed. But at this stage, 14-all between these two sides after 20.5 minutes, and they have gone for the corner once again here, the Cheetahs. So you can say that they're going for the aggressive approach, and it was something that the Griquas actually decided that they were going to go for the 3-pointers in that last game. The Pumas were the side that really went for those 7-pointers, and in the end, both sides getting those 13 points. Both of these sides looking like they'll have double 13 points perhaps at the end of this first half, the way that they're going. Going to be now thrown in for, or almost thrown in by Van der Westerhuizen. Oh yeah, I've got there, Katie, feeling like Krispy Kreme donuts for some reason. Must be the emoji as well. Craving something wet as well, says Steve Smith. Oh, I haven't had a good donut in ages as well. The last time I had a donut, it was like a mini donut, but it was like a 12-pack of mini donuts that we bought a while ago, but it was like one day before their best before day. So they were kind of dry. So I feel like we needed some whipped cream or something to go with it, but now it is going to be going back. I've realized all of these Currie Cup live streams end up talking about food, and I absolutely love it. Because the fact that everyone's just talking all about some awesome stacks, like pancakes and bacon sounds like a good idea at the moment, but of course it is currently 3:12 a.m. But at the stage now, trying to get straight on the ball with the Bulls. Only 5 meters out now, Rohan Pena. Going back across field, getting close here. Van der Merwe facing backwards, a meter short. Pena now offloading it back. Backline movement, Madosh Dumbway, they're outnumbered. Wide ball now. Going to be a good step from the number 8. But he is going to be cut off there. Mossy driven backwards by Dumbway as well. Great defense from the Bulls, number 14. Going back, it is going to be Sikiketi. Now going short side once again, hitting the ball up very nicely by the Cheetahs, just buying a little bit more time with the ball in hand. 8 phases in, and they just continue to keep on pushing forward. Pena now, oh, it's gone through the hands, it's gone backwards, or it's gone forward. I think they have said in the end, if I'm not wrong. Or is it a penalty? It might actually be a penalty advantage to the Cheetahs. Yes, it is. So now they're going to be 5 meters out there trying to decide what to do with it. I think they are going to be taking the quick tap. That is for sure. And food and rugby is the perfect combination. It is indeed. And we have got their fantastic contest coming up in the second half, says MH Choi. Yeah, it's going to be kind of the complete opposite to the last game. We had 13-13, and it was just very closely contested. This one, I think it's going to be about 30-30. Also very close in this game as well. I was looking for my paperclip. I found it. I don't know where I got a paperclip from. But, yeah, I'll take it. I might need to put 2 bits of paper together. Then it's perfect. We have got there. This is just South African rugby, isn't it? The Griquas and Pumas have ended on a draw, and this one is incredibly close as well. It is the best of both worlds at this stage because you get to see quite a few points being scored, but also these Currie Cup games, you can never know who's going to win right up until the final whistle, and this is going to be another try for the Cheetahs. Or is it? Time off. They have said that it should be a try, but is it going to be one? That is the question. It was Manus Van der Merwe who was able to score it. If it is the case, and we have also got there, how are you guys still on lockdown, mate? As well, says BTV, we are indeed. We are going to be dropping to level 3 on Tuesday, the South Island, I believe, and also some of the North Island. Oh, I think someone's got their arm under that. I think that's a try-saving arm from the Bulls. And I think they're just trying to check whether or not it did break off from the original rolling maul as well. This might have been some incredible goal line defense from the Bulls here. They were breaking off. That is completely fine, I believe. And then from there, he goes off the side. Who was the player who stopped him? I think it was actually the captain, Arnold Borta, his opposite number, was able to get his arm under there. And that might have just saved a certain try for the Cheetahs off the rolling maul. And we have got the best is when you wake up at 4 a.m. with your mates after a night of drinking and go through the drive-thru at Krispy Kreme to get a fresh donut or a fresh dozen, and then you eat them all in the dark parking lot together as well, says Katie Dixon. Are your Krispy Kremes open at 4 a.m.? That is something that is absolutely incredible, because like here in New Zealand, I think we maybe in the big cities have drive-through 24/7 for like McDonald's and KFC. No, actually, maybe just McDonald's for drive-through. But also you're in that situation of overall, we don't really have too many things open after kind of 11 o'clock. Even our night and day store, night and day, right? The name, night and day, it closes at 11 p.m. So it's not really completely night and day. It's kind of day and early evening. We have got South Africa Rugby is physical, speed and smart play, great defense on an arm save to try. As well, says Sebastian. Oh, sorry, that was Emax joining. Also, hello, nice new little badge. As I said, Sebastian, that is true. You guys have got your bronze badges now. And I believe the next one is silver at 3 months. You will get that silver badge as well, right? They are just checking this one once again to make sure that they do have the right call. They are saying it's no obstruction. Okay. He's saying it's the same mall. Oh. Okay. That's big. That's big. On-field decision is no try, but he has said that the number 6 came in through the side and collapsed the maul. Who was it actually? It might have been the number 2, was it? Who got, yes, it was the number 2. In the end, it would have been Vessels. So I think this is going to be almost, could it be a yellow card to Arnold Botha, depending on what they go with here? Because he did end up collapsing that maul as it just kept on going. And then from there, contact with the line is the try is what they're saying, but I don't think he's made contact with the try line. I think it's ended up bouncing off the hand. Is it the hand of the Blue Bulls player, or is it the hand of his own hand? The hand of his own hand? That is his hand. Okay. Okay, they're saying he doesn't have to look at the grounding because he is going to say that number 6 has collapsed the maul Arnold Botha, which would be, I believe, a penalty try. Penalty try, yellow card as well for Arnold Botha, the captain. So that is a big moment, but the Cheetahs going to be taking the lead in this one now as well. I love Krispy Kreme donuts as well, says BTV. And also we have got there in the chat, oh yeah, they open early hours in the US for all the early workers as well, says Katie Dixon, and you're going to get yours soon. Lowell says, it said Katie to Sebastian. And we have also got there, Katie can totally relate. They're good donuts. Can't resist sometimes as well, says Steve Smith. Do we have Krispy Kreme in New Zealand? I think we do in the big cities. Like, I probably would have to travel a couple hours to find myself a Krispy Kreme over here. At this stage, they're going to be under a lot more pressure here, the Bulls, because that is a guaranteed 7-pointer, 21 now. They've given the points to the Bulls on the board, but that is not the team that's got the penalty try. There we go. They've realised now they're that used to awarding points to the Bulls that they decided on the actual scoreboard on the game to give them the 7-pointer. But now it is the situation of 21-14 for the Cheetahs and 10 more minutes of one-man advantage for the Cheetahs here. Oh, that was going to be a big hit from Ruan Nokia, the number 5 jersey. But at this stage now, Ruan Pina, they're inside of their own 22, so they're going to kick this one downfield, and it's going to be the man in the number 12 jersey, Masuku, has been able to find touch, almost landed in a bin, which would have been very impressive. Come on, Bulls. And we have also got there the ball emoji and the Kieran emoji as well. And we have got in about 4 or 5 days, or 3 or 4 days, I think the silver badge is for a 2-month, gold for 6 and platinum for 12 as well. Says Sebastian, is it 2 months for a silver? It's either 2 months or 3 months, I believe, if I'm not wrong. I can't actually remember, because they do originally, we went for only the 5 options rather than the 6, just because there was also a 24-month one, but we didn't want to have it that you could have 24 months just to get the diamond. We wanted to have it a little bit closer so that it was more kind of achievable before the World Cup, perhaps. Could be an awesome one. And let's go, as well says Tesla, welcome back, mate. It is good to see you once again. Now it's going to be another rolling maul here for the Bulls, and they have got the number 6 with a yellow card twice as well. The scoreboard man's having a shocker at the moment on their rugby with that one. They've got the advantage here. The Bulls, they're going to be 30 metres out. Morne Smith protecting that ball nicely. And now Mako Jansen van Vieren, sorry, is going to have that ball. Decides to go across field now into the hands of Swanepoel. getting closer and closer. 25 out, looking like a backline movement, going for the cross kick instead. Horston sees a bit of space in behind. It's not going to be an easy one. Oh, he has been able to put it down. So because of it now, it is going back for the penalty to the Bulls as well. A big decision, yellow card and penalty try. Only 18 minutes to go as well. Says Emmett Shaw, although it's 18 minutes into this game at this stage. Although 18 minutes, actually, no, sorry, you would have been right with 18 minutes to go in the first half, I believe. And we also got there in the chat, Katie, if you don't know, if you don't want the other kind, I'll have them next time you buy it, does it as well. And we have got, and the fancy ones are great, but my favorite is just plain glazed. No, fancy stuff really needed. And also, what a big decision, yellow card and a penalty try too. Says make sure, yeah, they decided with the amount of momentum that was going forward that they were going to be able to get over the line if it did end up continuing that rolling mile. I absolutely love that little ute that comes onto the field delivering the tee. I think I say that almost every time at this stage. And we have got, you sure the Cheetahs aren't cheating as well? Says that's like, how long have you been waiting to make that joke about? That's the thing. I think this is almost one of the first live streams that I've done of the Cheetahs other than last week of the Currie Cup. So you guys haven't been able to make too many puns about their name throughout the year. So if they do, unfortunately, they're not going to make it through the semi-finals though. So this is going to be the last time we get to see the Cheetahs play in a long time because they are not in the United Rugby Championship alongside the Bulls, the Sharks, the Lions, and the Stormers are the four sides. And we have got the gold medal, the bronze medal, and the silver medal from Katie Dixon in the chat as well. And also, yes, Steve, surprise Cheetahs as well. Says it is MH Choi. I can't believe Cheetahs are still in front, says Steve Smith. And yeah, at this stage, they've cut down the deficit a little bit, though. The Bulls sitting on 17 and the Cheetahs sitting on 21. It's going to be interesting. I feel like the Cheetahs, they need to make sure that during this time that the Bulls are down to only having 14 men, they score a try. I mean, they've already got their penalty try, but another one, I think they're really going to need it. And we have got never show the red card to a Bull as well, says Sebastian. That is a good point. Of course, when Bulls see red, they are well and truly fired up. And that could be the case in this match. We've seen quite a few yellow cards over the last couple of rounds of the Currie Cup, but it is just that situation of the discipline has been, oh, he almost fell over there. Unfortunately, the man on the number 12 jersey wasn't quite able to take it. I think it was because of the ball boy or the waterman on the side of the field just hit him in the corner of his eye. And we have this guy, I just thought of it, brother, as well. And seems like they are, though, says Tesla. And also we have got, this is the hardest blow you can ever receive, or you can receive a penalty try and a man sent to the bin. Yeah, it is rough. That is for sure. And they're going to have to deal with it for the next kind of 8 minutes or so here, the Bulls. So they're going to be tested, but it's one of those ones that maybe they will be able to do decently. We have it's got there in the chat. I don't care media has said Elton and then something after it. I'm not too sure what that says. Unfortunately, I don't care media. I'm looking through to see whether or not Elton is one of the players out on the field. Is it Elton Yankees you are speaking of? Do let me know. We have it's got there. Katie Nice. Can't imagine or can't say I'm complaining than you as well, says Steve Smith. And also we have got there. Yes, Sebastian, a real hard blow now to ride out the yellow card, says MH Troy as well. And also we have got things like that though from Tesla. But at this stage, it's going to be another penalty to the Cheetahs. Tackler not releasing. 28 minutes down in this game. Are the Cheetahs going to be able to score once again? But I will mention anyone who hasn't already, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering the next game of the night, which will be kicking off at 5 a.m. New Zealand time. It's going to be between the Sharks and also it will be between the Western Province. That is a big game. The Western Province are going to need a bonus point win, and also they are going to be in the situation of really needing to get some big points on the board. So they either need a bonus point win or they need to win that game by 23 points or more, which more than likely would mean that they have that bonus point anyway. So it's going to be exciting and it should be a very good matchup. And I am well and truly going to be staying up for it. We're going to be finishing our live streams at around 7 a.m. New Zealand time tonight. It's going to be a late night, that is for sure. Now it's going to be another advantage to the Cheetahs for the rolling maul. And this is danger once again for the Bulls. He's trying to roll away here, Stenkamp. The ball was following him a little bit on the ground. Now it's going back once again. Going to be, oh, it's a big hit. And they are going to be going back now once again. We have got 10 likes, 40 watching. Body slam the like button. Yo, body slam it like Sasha Banks Bumfer as well, says Katie Dixon. Also, we have got 10 likes. Smash that like button and subscribe if you are new, says BTV. You hit the two. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. I don't normally hit like, or I don't normally set like goals, I guess you could say, on these Currie Cup live streams because I never really know how many people will be watching them. So it is quite nice to see that we have got 40 people here, and I do appreciate every single one of you for being here for these live streams. I do struggle with some of the pronunciations, I will admit, but yeah, hopefully they will improve as we get to the semi-final stage. Cheetahs playing now good, but in the second half, Cheetahs can play as well or can't play. I assume that is from Jan Feta here. That's the thing. The last 20 minutes for the Bulls is when they're at their most dangerous. They can really get the points, and that one's gone through the hands of the Cheetahs there, unfortunately for them. And it's Fortune's actually gone off the field with an injury here. So it will be instead Tian Meyer making the replacement there for the Cheetahs, which is not what they would have been wanting early on in this match, only 30 minutes in. Now it's going to be Marco Janssen-Van putting the ball high. Contest the ball time by trying to get it, not quite able to, and we are going back now for the knock-on. And it will be the Bulls who have got the scrum freed. Don't know if I'll see the third stream, but late for me as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, it will be a 1 a.m. kickoff there in Perth. That's the thing. It will finish at 3, which is actually like, yeah, that's going to be pretty late. Like 7 a.m. here in New Zealand is rough for the end of a live stream. But I wanted to see every single one of these games to see exactly who is going through. And the fact that the Western Province now just have that smallest of chances to make it through, I think it's still going to keep me on the edge of the seat. Pronunciation so far so good, mate. As I said, Betty, thank you very much, mate. Other than, of course, I ended up unfortunately mispronouncing part of that. But I violated that like button as well, says Steve Smith. And also, no, guys, absolutely assault the like button and sub button, says Des. And also, I've just seen the table. This is insane. Western Province need a bonus point win against the Sharks, says Sebastian, with the little bit of the nervous face emoji. And yeah, that's the thing. I thought that it was that they needed to win by 23, but that is if they don't receive the bonus point. But if they win by 23, surely they have scored 4 tries, unless, of course, there is just back-to-back penalty up against the Sharks. So bonus point win for the province would get them into the semi-final, and that would replace the Pumas. It's going to be an exciting finish. Crush the like button between your hands like the Hulk, and then pass out as well, says Katie Dixon. That's the thing. I saw a compilation, I think it was earlier on today. No, it was yesterday. No, I guess it was today because it was at about 5 a.m. this morning. And it was like people who were raging when they were playing video games, and like people like smash their monitors and all sorts. And I feel like I don't think I've ever gotten to a point of being angry while playing a game, like properly angry. Like I can't get angry. Like I'm like the opposite of the Hulk. Like it's like that whole thing of you won't like me when I'm angry, but then I can't get angry, so you don't get to that stage of the not liking me. Imagine if that was the kind of storyline of the comic. I feel like it wouldn't have sold as well, and they probably wouldn't have made a movie about it. But yeah, I can't get angry. I don't have an angry face. My angry face is more confusing. I'm in a confused state, I guess you could say. We always got there. You're talking about Warzone Pro as well, says Tesla. Yeah, a lot of people do not enjoy playing that game. That is for sure. I guess there are some frustrating moments in like those games, but I don't think I've ever been, I was got their Call of Duty Warzone, and I remember when my best friend's little brother destroyed his N64 controller whenever he lost, and the joystick got all wiggly as well, says Katie Dixon. See, Isaac has dropped a controller, but I don't think he did it on purpose. Oh no, he kind of chucked it up in the air just a little tiny bit, like only inches, and then did end up dropping. George has dropped a controller about 20 times, but none of them on purpose. He just ends up getting angry, or if George gets angry, he goes quiet. But 32 minutes into this one at this stage, it is going to be once again Van der Westhuizen hitting the ball up. Pienaar once again passing it out. Little kick in behind here. Beautifully done by Masuku. Just going into touch, though. Long night for you, Kiwi lads. It is indeed. We are going to be up till around probably 8 a.m. because of the fact that I might end up doing just a little bit of eating and editing after this live stream. I guess if I eat something at 8 a.m., but I haven't gone to sleep, is it still breakfast? That's the question. It's got their Pumas gamble actually paid off, securing the bonus point against the Bulls 2 weeks ago as well, says Sebastian. And that's the thing we saw last week. There were a few games where teams actually decided to kick the ball out rather than continuing to attack. The likes of the Griquas, I think they accepted the losing bonus point in one of those games, if I'm not wrong. Or it was one of those sides. Actually, no, sorry. That was actually the Pumas who did that, wasn't it? And then also the Griquas, I think, decided to kick the ball out rather than chasing the bonus point last week as well. Oh, that was a low ball, but it's been taken very nicely by Bortes. Back out on the field now from his yellow card. And he is rearing to go now. It's going to be back Hussein. Wide cutout ball going into the hands of Mapo. Quick hands as well. Beautifully out to the winger here. Which in this one is Combrink. He is on the field because of the injury of Renza. Unfortunately, ended up concussing himself after charging down the ball with his noggin, which does not work very well. But now, once again, it's going to be Mapo. Driving up 40 metres out from their own line here. Mornay Smith once again. Advantage for a high tackle here, and it is going to be the penalty there to the Bulls as well. Can't say I don't rage a little bit playing God as well, says Steve Smith super hard. Everyone camps, and it's packed full of God modes and aimbotters As I says, there's and also breakfast happens whenever you wish. Breakfast is transcendent as well. Says Katie Dixon. Yeah, I think it is as well. Says Bertie. And also we have got there in the chat, we have got, yes, it's pretty much made for people to rage. I suggest never play Warzone as well. I think I've only played Warzone about twice. And me and Isaac, we hid in a house. And then we got that big of a fright when someone actually came in, because we were sitting in that house for probably around 10 minutes, just sitting there, each of us on a door. And we were in a party. We weren't saying any words. We were just sitting there going, right, if he goes to your door, you've got him. And if he comes to my door, I've got him. And we sat there for 10 minutes, and we got that big of a fright when a fellow opened the door and shot us both that we kind of never went back to Warzone, because we well and truly just, it was worse than a horror game in that situation. But now it is going to be once again Heinrich Lowe driving forward for the Bulls there, going sideways. Making decent meters once again. Mako Janssen van Veeren passes it back now to Vessels. Almost losing the ball on the ground, but he was being able to hang on to it. So in the end, only the 3 points coming in the 10 minutes that Arno Borto was off the field, and that was actually 10 minutes to his side. But of course, the penalty try. Did I say that that was 10 minutes to his side? That was 3 points to his side. But unfortunately, it was the penalty try which cost them the lead originally. Now it's going to be back Cornell Hendricks. Nice run forward. He has been tackled a bit high, though, unfortunately, which does now mean that it is going to be a penalty to the Bulls. Do they take on the 3 points? They don't need to go for anything aggressive here. They can just kind of keep on knocking it over for the 3-pointers. And it was Sikiketi who was the man who made that one. Hamish, once I'm in New Zealand, would love to meet you, mate. I'd love to meet up, mate. As I says, BTV, and I am still very keen on the idea of kind of being able to go to a rugby game or something with a whole heap of you guys, or just pass the ball round or something along those lines would be pretty cool. Somewhere in New Zealand. I guess it just depends on where everyone is in that regard, because we are in the South Island. I think a lot of people, when they come to New Zealand, they do end up going to the North Island, possibly. But yeah, South Island just as nice. Down here, we got some nice scenery. George Jones Farm, it's just nice. We got a field here. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 fields here in the small town that I live. I almost said it, but the small town that I live, we've got 3 fields, but that is about it in this situation. Whereas pretty much everywhere else has probably like 10. But we haven't got there, honestly, all as well. But the Lions just look like a bunch of idiots right now, especially with the odds favouring them at the beginning of the competition as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, I saw a lot of people back in the Lions because of the fact that they were going to be losing the least amount of Springboks. This is a nice rolling maul here for the Bulls, and I think this is going to be possibly try time unless they can stop them, which is going to be tough. It's the try to Vessels, and the Bulls are going to be taking the lead here. They are trying to say that maybe it was held up, one of the Cheetahs players protesting, but was able to get over the line, and in the end, it was Vessels who was able to score at his third Carling Currie Cup try. That's almost a tongue twister when you say it fast, but was a very fast rolling maul for them in that situation as well. And we have got the ha-has in the chat from Katie Dixon as well, although I assume that was before this try was scored at this stage. Just the rolling maul of the Bulls, it's very strong. And now the Cheetahs, they're in that predicament. They need to make sure that they're the next team to score a try. It's going to be a tough kick, though, right out by the touchline, probably about 40-something meters out here for Johan Husson. And at this stage, he is 100%, though. 3 from 3 balls as well from Jan Fenter. And also, we have got Lions got rolled by our Super Rugby teams in 2016, I think. But massive respect to them all, to be honest, as well. So I'm excited to see what they can do when they do head up north for the United Rugby Championship. Should be pretty awesome. Does matter, mate. We can make you 2 teams for some touch rugby, says Bertie V. That would be pretty awesome if we were able to do some sort of Kiwi lads touch rugby kind of matchup. Imagine if we were somehow able to get like a stadium or something along those lines, give us access to like a proper stadium and be able to do something there. That would be absolutely awesome. Bunch of international players barely play as a team together as well, says Tesla. Although for some reason when you said that, I thought of us having like international rugby players on our touch teams, which would just be too overpowered, I think, for those guys. But there was a beautiful rolling maul from the Bulls, and they have taken the lead now, 24 points with a converted try, and 39 minutes gone in this one. That would be really awesome. Or will really be awesome, says Bertie V. As well, that's been knocked on by the Bulls, though, and that's going to give them a little bit of momentum. In fact, it wasn't even knocked on. It just went straight through the Bulls player. Now it's going to be Rohan Pina, passes it back now. And once again, they are going to be continuing to go on the attack here. The Cheetahs with 40 seconds left in this first half. They need to score it, and they've got the advantage as well to do so. Oh, if they took the 3 here, they would be 24-24 going into halftime, but I think they would be going for the 7-point here. Nice little offload there to the number 13 here, which in this one is Boshoff. Going forward here nicely, but the Bulls defense working hard, having to make the big hits on these guys. Van der Westhuizen once again in the ball up. Going back across field now once again. It's going to be the man on the number 12, which in this one is Masuku. Looking like they are going to be continuing to drive here for the Cheetahs. They're up to 7 phases as well, and they need to make sure that they don't give this ball up with 5 seconds left in this one. They can't drop it now. Once again, it is Van der Westhuizen. And the ball up once again, going short side now. And it is actually the number 21 out on the field at this stage, which is TMI. He was the replacement for the number 10, who did end up getting into it a little bit earlier on in this one. They're up to now about 12 phases here for the Cheetahs, still continuing to drive. There is big contact there between Nokia. Going back across field, Puna now gives it to Miso, or Miso, sorry. Gives the ball away. Mosi is the name, and they are going to have the penalty straight out in front. Do you take the 3.0 if you're the Cheetahs and decide, you know what, we'll just go into halftime? Yes, they are going to. It's going to be 24-24. It's as if this first half hasn't happened. We are going to be going into the second with a lot on the line here. The Bulls, they want a home final, and if they don't get at least 1 point in this one, if the Sharks win their game, that may be taken away from them for the opportunity. South Island is beautiful, heaps of views and all, and South Island of New Zealand is stunning. From what I hear, a lot of people say it's similar to Scotland. Having lived in Scotland, I think I'd feel at home as well, says Steve Smith. It is certainly very nice here in the South Island, that is for sure. And I think it's one of those ones, I still haven't completely travelled the South Island, which I feel is also something that would be pretty awesome, because I've been to Forsyth Bar twice. I might have been to Forsyth Bar once. I haven't actually ever watched a international rugby game live, though, which could be one for the bucket list. I think the last game that I actually watched live for rugby, that's a tough one. I think it was probably when I was about 8, and it was Otago versus Canterbury. Or was it Highlanders versus Crusaders? It might have been Highlanders versus Crusaders, because I know that me, my dad, and my granddad went to the rugby, and my mum, my sister, and my grandma, or my nana, went to the netball that was in Christchurch on the same night. So it was a nice split. I actually have a story about that. Dan Carter, he tried to kick the ball to me, but some fella in front of me grabbed the ball off us pretty much. Whoever's got there. North is the same, but more scenery in the South Island for sure as well, says Tesla. At the stage, we're up to halftime, and we've already had 48 points in this game so far, which is absolutely crazy with the amount of points that we are going to be having possibly by the end of this one. Can we get 100 points? I don't think we've had 100 points in a game of the Currie Cup so far. I'm not sure what the highest is either, but I assume we are getting relatively up there with 24-24 at halftime. It may have actually been 88. I think it would have been 44-44, the draw that we had. No, two draws in a row as well. What are the odds of getting 2 draws back to back? Surely that's not going to be happening, but you never know. The Bulls only had 35% of the territory, 47% of the possession as well in that first half. The Cheetahs were actually pretty strong in that one. 3 tries each, 93 metres carried each, 11 defenders beaten for the Blue Bulls and 9 defenders beaten for the Cheetahs. So it's a very close contest. 2 clean breaks for the Cheetahs, 1 for the Bulls. So actually, in some of these stats, never mind. We've got the tackling statistic, 22 from 33 tackles made by the Cheetahs. 67% is their tackling completion rate, whereas for the Bulls, they have got 57 from 67. So 85% for them, which is very impressive indeed. And we also got Otago versus Canterbury. That's a true South Island derby. How many people died that day as well? Says Sebastian. Tell you what, I feel like I want to see that derby happen again, because it was supposed to be taking place last weekend for the Bunnings NPC, but unfortunately, due to the situation that we're in at the moment with level 4, it did mean that we didn't get to see that game take place. But it will be coming up hopefully very soon. They are just showing also goal kicking success rate, 100% for both kickers. We've had 7 from 7 so far in this game. Kind of a little bit of a comparison to that last match that we did just see. I'm just going to have a quick look at that stat in that regard as well, because it was in the end, there were 8 kicks attempted and only 4 went over. But that is because those conditions were a lot different. Like in the other game, I believe there's only 22 kilometers of wind for this one, but that other one had some very strong wind. And Debo Alvarez got Karen Bonfar, and also the Billy emoji. I absolutely love the Billy emoji. I feel like you guys wanted to see a Maggie emoji as well, which only a few of you will know about in terms of what the Maggie emoji is. It is pretty much the name of George's dog And in the end, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not we can get a good photo of his dog. But she was on the Kiwi Lads gaming live stream that we did last night on a bit of GTA with a few of you guys in the chat as well. These emojis are crazy good as well. Says Tesla, tell you what, Isaac has done extremely well. Like, I tried to make one before with the George looking disappointed, and I just messed it up. Like, I tried to make it so that it was square, and it did not happen, unfortunately. In fact, can I see it? One moment. We're going to go like this, maybe. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. I can share my screen, can't I? One moment. I am going to share my screen so you guys can see the George emoji that I was working on. Unfortunately, didn't quite get it right, though. I think it is going to need to be a little bit higher quality so that it does look decent. But pretty much, that was the George emoji that I was working on, but I couldn't work out how to make it so that it didn't squeeze him. Like, I got to work out how to make it just a nice square. But yeah, unfortunately, wasn't quite able to do so. That is just a little sneak peek, but I think I will try and get him to give me a higher quality picture of him looking disappointed, which shouldn't be too hard to do because he is currently, yeah, you just got to show him a game where either Canterbury Crusaders or the All Blacks are losing, and he is well and truly as sad as they can get. We have got there. These we also makes your brand authentic, Hamish brother as well, says Tesla. And that's one thing as well, that when we brought in the channel memberships, we wanted to make sure that there was kind of that kind of feel of the channel, if that makes sense. We wanted to make sure that it kind of made it unique to us. Like, we didn't want to just have like generic like rugby emojis type thing. We wanted to have it so that each emoji had a bit of a meaning behind it, such as the Kieran emoji, such as Billy. And also the Golden 100 is going to be coming back for the 100th match between the Springboks and also the All Blacks. That's going to be coming back for that one. But we're thinking maybe along the lines of we're going to get a George disappointed one, also maybe a Maggie one, and then also maybe a suit and tie could be on the cards as well. Let's go add that emoji real quick. As I said, I tried to before this live stream, but for some reason, I think it's because I have a 1080 kind of area selected. It wouldn't let me... like, if his head was like that, when I tried to put it in the emoji form, it squeezed it like that. As I should have an emoji of yourself. As I said, Steve Smith, I feel like that is actually a good point. Haven't got one yet of a Hamish emoji. What face would I have to be doing for that one? Because I feel like me disappointed isn't something that's very easy to find. So maybe, yes, Maggie emoji as well, says Katie Dixon. So what face should I be making for that emoji? Do let me know. Or is it just a normal one? Maybe we have one with the head set. I don't know. We'll have to try and decide. And also, we're trying to decide whether or not to make it so that George is a cartoon or if he is like a actual kind of real life one, if that makes sense. Because the Billy emoji is slightly kind of painted is how Isaac did it. I don't know how he does it in those ones. But he also did the Kieran emoji, which is absolutely awesome. Kieran's forgotten. Oh, no, he's too far away. Don't you hate when you try and reach for him? I've got one of these things, which is like a chair thing for like improving posture, because I decided, because my mum's doing her work from home, I said that she could use my PC to make it a little bit easier for her, because of the fact that that one in the background, that one there, I can't point what way, this way. This one here is a little bit slow, so I decided that I would let my mum use my PC, and during the day I always sleep anyway. It's got to be a bit stretched out more than that. And wait, who's Maggie? It is George's dog. She was on the Kiwi Lads gaming live stream yesterday. So that is kind of where she's come from. Nah, that's not going to work, unfortunately. I need to wrap around him and bring him a bit closer. It wasn't quite working out for me, though. I'm looking for a pole or something, but unfortunately, I don't normally have too many poles next to me while I live stream. We always got there, Hamish doing emoji where you're doing a freeze face when everyone thinks the live stream is frozen lagging. You should make it with a buffer wheel. As I also said, Katie Dixon, that could actually be a good idea, because anytime there's a TMO, I kind of sit here like, so maybe that could be a good idea for the emoji. And also emoji of drinking a glass of water. Oh, hey, what, that would be unseen territory as well. And what a contest says, Emma Joy, and where is the Billy? Where is Billy the cat, mate? At this stage, Bertie V, I believe he has actually ended up going up the hallway to bed, I believe, if I'm not wrong, because of the fact he was going to be, he was in the background for the last live stream. He was on that chair. Tell you what, my pointing's rough today, but he was on that chair, but instead now he has decided to go up the hallway. I gave him a bit of chicken in between the live streams, because I end up, the thing is, at the moment with the diet or the kind of meal plan that I'm on, or the food plan, I guess you could say it is, I'm having a lot of chicken. So I always end up sharing my chicken with him because as soon as he looks at me, I just end up caving and end up giving him plenty of chicken as well. So he probably eats just as well as me. In that regard, we have got a game to win for the Bulls as well, says Bertie V. Yeah, and it is good to see that they are getting challenged in this one because you want to make sure that just before you get into those finals games, you are in your best form. So this first half hasn't gone their way, but this second half is going to kind of show how they can fight back from a close game, and they may need to in either the semi-final or also it would be the final. Is that final going to be up against the Sharks? We will have to wait and see. Or maybe it would be it will either be the Western Province or the Pumas will have to play the Sharks. No, sorry. It will either be the Griquas will play the Sharks in the semi-final, I believe, if I'm not wrong there. And we have got George's adorable dog as well, and a good game win for the Bulls. And also we have got their Billy Calder tonight, that but it's fair as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, he is a smart cat. That is for sure. He was like, it's getting a little bit later on, so I might just call it a day. And we have got there that face as well, says Katie Dixon, and also Rodeo. I was thinking it was another blow-up statue. No, I don't make a habit of collecting blow-up statues, really. Not really. You guys wanted me a while ago to get Kieran a friend, but I feel like any other blow-up character, unless it's like a NFL one, I think every other character is probably, if I look up blow-up doll or something along those lines on my computer, I don't want that to be in my history. And welcome to the live stream, Sean. You came in at an awkward time where we were talking about this giant inflatable guy behind me at this stage. And we have got Griquas versus Sharks and Bulls versus Western Province / Pumas as well, says Sebastian. So they should be some interesting contests in that regard, because of the fact that we did see the Bulls versus the Pumas was a very closely contested contest the last time the two sides played. Closely contested contest. I feel like you just say closely contested, don't you? Closely contested. Was closely contested between those two sides at OC, Sean, as well. Yeah, we were just talking about this inflatable, not any others in that regard. I love both North and South Island. NZ is just great for visitors. It is indeed, and hopefully we will be able to open up the borders very soon as well. Then it'll be like Ark Survival, as says Katie Dixon, and also get Kieran an inflatable dinosaur as a friend. That would be kind of cool, actually, to be able to do that. We've got a giant inflatable, or we've got an inflatable sumo suit out in the garage that I got given for my about 11th birthday, which I feel like I'm going to try my hardest to keep it out in the garage, but we'll see what happens. And we have what's got there. Billy stays up with you, Hamish, the way Maggie stays up with George. They are watching over you and keeping you safe as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there in the chat, Lol Katie, and also, at this stage, second half about to get underway. I'm hoping that it will be just as high scoring as the first. Can we get our first Hundy pointer in the Carling Currie Cup? I'm not sure, because I feel like at this stage, like they are saying, all the Bulls will be wanting will be able to get away with the victory. The Cheetahs, they just need to make sure that they finish this season well, because they aren't going to be in the semi-final or the final, unfortunately for them. But if they have a good game here, do you have a Facebook or Instagram page? Says Bertie V. I do indeed. At this stage, one moment. I will put it in the chat. We have got an Instagram, although we haven't actually posted on it yet, which I really need to start doing. And I think I say that every time, if I'm not wrong, when I talk about the Instagram. But that is what we have got. We've also got a very small Facebook page that we haven't actually posted on either. But it is called The Kiwi Lads, and it's got about 2 or 3 followers, I think, if I'm not wrong. You've had a sumo suit the whole time, and you never used it on this channel, Hamish, as well, says Katie Dixon. I think it's more of the factor of, seeing as we're in 2021, I don't know if it's still acceptable to wear a sumo suit. I feel like surely it is. I don't think it's too bad. Tell you what, someone is yelling at the moment. Who is right next to the microphone? Because he is blasting the eardrums of everyone around him. But at this stage now, it's a big hit on the Cheetahs number 7. And they need to, they've actually muted whoever that was, because of the fact that he was well and truly belting his lungs out. And they've worked out the volume issue. And now the sides are going to be driving forward once again. That doll looks like the Rugby Guru, as well, says Johannes. And also we have got the Kieran blow-up statue as rare as hell. Though almost the fact it stays inflated is mind-blowing as well, says Tesla. Yeah, he has been getting a little bit flatter lately, but I think that is because of the fact that I just saw that Bertie followed us as well. So thank you very much, Bertie, for the follow on Instagram. But yeah, I think it is because of the cat. I think at one stage the cat may have taken a swing at him and decided that maybe he wanted to have a bit of a scrap. But yeah, I think there are only about maybe 20 in existence, and I doubt anyone still has one that's actually able to be pumped up. Like, they are extremely rare, which makes it kind of special that we have got him in that regard. And that's the thing. I got him so many years ago in about 2013 for a contest. And I could have easily ended up like popping him at some stage and having to throw him away before we got to this stage, having a rugby YouTube channel. Who knew that it would have been the perfect opportunity we ever got there? I wish I could travel abroad as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, hopefully the Trans-Tasman bubble opens back up within, I don't know, maybe hopefully the next month or two. I think it's probably more likely 2 months. Hopefully for Christmas, so that people who want to go between the two countries can for the Christmas period. Sharks is waiting for the Bulls to take the cup off at Loftus as well, says Christian. So do let me know your score prediction for the Sharks match up against the Western Province that is coming up extremely soon. Because, of course, the Western Province, they need to win that match with a bonus point to be able to make it through to the finals, to get to play the Bulls in the next round for the semi-final. Just kicked into touch there by Horse, and we also got there in the chat. I had you on Xbox. Hamish used to host a rugby challenge comp one day as well, says Tesla. That'd be kind of cool as well to be able to actually, there's a thing that you can do on Rugby Challenge that is you can have up to 4 people on the same team. So it'd be pretty awesome to be able to have like a 4 versus 4 or some sort of thing of, I don't know whether we can have 4 people all on the same team, but that would be pretty awesome as well to be able to do something along those lines. I have an inflatable dolphin wearing a cowboy hat. Can't remember how or when I got it. A dolphin wearing a cowboy hat. The only thing I can think of is Halloween, maybe, because an inflatable dolphin wearing a cowboy hat seems like a very unique combination. Like, it's kind of like even a dolphin inflatable, it's like, okay, that's probably like a little bit of a specific one. But then having a cowboy hat on top of that, I feel like is pretty unique as well in that regard. And we always got there. I used to have an inflatable Darth Maul chair in my room, and that thing was comfy as well. And we always got, I used to use the dark side as support as well, says Sebastian. And do you think so? Says Jan Fenton. Also, the dark side has some sick lumbar support as well, says Katie Dixon, which is exactly what you want. You know, you want plenty of lumbar support when you are trying your best to take down the, I almost call them the good side. As you know, I've only watched a couple of the Star Wars movies. The dark side and the other side. I can't think of the name of the other side. The Jedi. The Jedi side? No, the Jedi. The Jedi? Something along those lines. Katie, you're going to be yelling at me big time here, I would think. At the stage now, it is going to be now the penalty up against Rowan Pena for not rolling away up against the Bulls. 44 minutes gone in this one. I can't think of what the good side is called in Star Wars, unfortunately. At this stage, 48 points scored. The Rebel Alliance as well, says Katie Dixon. The light side as well, says Sebastian. What did I call them? The good side. I'm not even sure where the good side came from, because the good isn't the opposite of dark. So that's a shocker. It's 4 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, here in New Zealand. The brain is not working. The Rebel Alliance on the light side as well, says Sebastian. I actually have one of the Star Wars games on Xbox, if I'm not wrong. Your lack of Star Wars knowledge just stirs me. I definitely maybe have to do like a Star Wars watch along with our members or something along that line of being able to do some sort of cool little thingamabob. Because I think on my live streaming software, I can have up to 10 other people all in the same room kind of thing with their faces. Or I can just have you guys all in the chat, if I'm not wrong. Or it's going to be a loose ball there for the Bulls, just a little knock on at scrum time. And now it does mean that the Cheetahs will have another scrum fee. We have got, I never forgot the time Kieran moved a few times, probably due to heat or a draft, but still as well, says Tesla. Yeah, Kieran's actually moved a couple times by himself. I'm trying to work out how to get Ian Foster on a stick to start moving by himself as well. I've got a bit of an idea that might come out in a future live stream, depending on how it goes. I've got an idea that I feel like will completely just, yeah, it probably will be in that situation of just not working, but I hope it does. Yeah, watch along. That was so damn creepy as well, says Katie Dixon. And also, Jedi Fallen Order is a belter of a game. I still have it installed on my Xbox. As I said, Sebastian, I think I've got the Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, if I'm not wrong. I think I bought them as a bundle deal before I had Game Pass, which then gives them for free, which is very nice. And we have got the mouth moves, but Mr. Brain has long since departed as well, says Steve Liv. I feel like that sums up 4 a.m.s here on this channel. But then they're kind of, it's weird, my kind of normal hour live streams on this channel are almost, I guess you'd say, commentary, or like they're more professional commentary. Whereas these late night ones, I just end up kind of having a bit of a chat with you guys, and I absolutely love both of them. And I think I really enjoy these ones, how I'm just kind of chilling out with you guys and being able to just chat along and talk about Star Wars, talk about food, donuts, all that kind of thing. I feel like that is pretty awesome and something that is also unique to this live stream, because you don't really hear the commentary team at the game talking about donuts too often. I don't think I've ever heard someone mention a donut on a live stream, professional live stream. Maybe that's my goal. If I ever do get into professional commentary, I want to be the first commentator who's ever said donut on live stream. But I won't call a player a donut, because I feel like that will get me straight away taken off the air. But I have to come up with a smart pun to do with donuts and be able to, be able to do that. I'm trying to think of one now. It's not going to work though for my brain, I don't think. But now it's going to be another rolling ball here, and it's going down. They've got the advantage as well. Now the ball's going down once again, and they are only going to be a couple meters short, and double blow of the whistle. The Cheetahs are going to the bin. And I guess now it is that perfect chance for your one Tesla of saying that the Cheetahs are cheating, because of the fact that now it is going to be the man in the number 5 jersey, Sakiketi, who will be off the field, and Johan Husson going to be kicking this one for the corner as well. We have got Ian Foster, inflatable moving. Kieran's your cat, right? As well, says Tesla. Ian Foster, inflatable moving as well. It's interesting. I got Ian Foster. He's still lurking. He hasn't made too many appearances lately, mainly because we haven't had too many games that we have had to bring him out. But I think I still need to get another one. Someone wanted me to get a Rassie Erasmus on a stick, but I felt like that one would be a little bit too edgy for my liking, because that situation seems to be a bit of both ways. This one's going to be a try, and it's going to be the second try now for the number 2 for the Bulls. I forgot to tell Hamish I'm busy preparing a mutton curry as well. Says Beauty V, perfect time to do it for the Currie Cup, of course. A mutton curry. What else is in a mutton curry? I think we mentioned it last time, and it sounded pretty good. Were there leeks in it? Was it leeks that I can remember was one of the ingredients, if I'm not wrong? But just once again, the Bulls rolling more too strong for the Cheetahs defense. And it's unfortunate, because the Cheetahs, they are now going to need the next try in this one to be able to get any chance of winning this one. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm strapping myself in with that cord that I showed you guys earlier on. I've put it on like it's a seatbelt to keep me well and truly strapped in so that I don't fall off my chair, which possibly could happen if we have a very close finish in this match. Hamish on his first day as Sky commentator. I like donuts. As I said, Sebastian. I feel like that reminded me big time of it was Home Assist with Currie. Stuff. I'm so hungry now. As I said, Steve Smith. Yeah, it's getting late there. 12 p.m. at the moment. Or sorry, yeah. No, almost 12 a.m. in Perth. So it is a very late indeed. And a meme was born. Maybe we need a donut emoji, although they already have a donut emoji. So if we do have a donut emoji, or it's at the post there, interesting. But the Cheetahs are still going to be down to only having 14 men out on the field for the next little while. I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be covering the next game that is going to be taking place. It is going to be between the Sharks and the Western Province, and whoever wins that game will be moving through to the semi-final. And the big question is whether or not it will be the Western Province who will be able to get a bonus point win to be able to do so. Mutton curry is lamb meat with some basmati. I feel like I've never actually said that word out loud, only read it. Basmati rice. Basmati. We have got Bye Bulls. See you later, Bulls. We'll eat you. You've got this as well, says Benny as well. And also we have got the Currie and the chat. And also a meme spawn says it was Katie. And also we need a Hamish as a Sky Sports commentator emoji. As well, says Katie Dixon. That would be tricky to do. I'm not sure whether or not they would let me use their logo. So maybe we'd have to do it as like a secret one. Or like so that it's just a normal broadcasting type thing. But we know it as a Sky one perhaps. And 11:58 a.m. Yeah, pretty much Sunday now as well, says Steve Smith. And yeah, I guess... what are everyone's plans for the weekend? We always talk rugby, but these are the only games that we are going to be having for this weekend, these 3 matches. So what's everyone got planned for their Sundays? Do let me know. I don't think I've ever asked that question, which seems really bad. I don't think I've ever brought that one up. Or a generic one as well, says Katie. And also Bulls are going to lose, says Benny. And also we have got there in the chat, 14 likes, smash that like button and subscribe if you are new and 100% sure. As well, says Benny. What is the end score going to be, Benny? Do let me know. Tell you what, if you can predict the score 100% correct, I will be extremely impressed. Even if the Cheetahs win, I will be extremely impressed that you did call it in that regard, because I think you are one of the first people who have backed the Cheetahs in this game. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not you will be right in that regard. But now it is going to be put in once again by Marco Janssen van Veren. Oh, the knees down, and that's going to be a penalty now. To the Cheetahs, I believe, are celebrating that one, are they? Yes, they are, and they're going to be 40 metres out. They're only 5 points behind, and they are going to be going for the corner once again here. Trouble at scrum time for the Bulls in the early stages of the second half. And Rohan Pina, they still got the man advantage, the Bulls, but they are going to be going for the corner here. The Cheetahs in long from Benny in the chat as well. Rohan Pina, good kick downfield. It's a great kick, or is it? Yes, it is 5 metres out now. Cheetahs will win as well. Says Benny, is this going to be a try opportunity for the meal? I'm getting excited for the later stages of this match. I think if the Cheetahs score next, we've got a game on our hands, that is for sure. The number 2 was actually on the side of the scrum there as well. So they've had to make the change to make sure that they can have the right men out there for the job. I just tried to yawn with my mouth like closed and my eyes open, and that didn't work at all. Looked like I was malfunctioning, but now it is going to be a nice rolling ball here for the Cheetahs. And I'm tilting my head, not sure why, but now it is going to be in the hands of Van der Vestes, and the ball is kind of stuck in there, and the number 19 is just in the wrong place, or is he? It's working very nicely for them. Still marching forward, but this ball is going to be the ball of the Bulls if they can't get this one out for the Cheetahs. But I think now they've been told to use it, the ball has gone down, and it is going to be the scrum feed for the Bulls. They needed that try there, the Cheetahs, but they just weren't quite able to do so. But a push and shove as well. He's a unique-looking specimen. I believe that was Jacques Duplessis. He's got the long hair. He's got the mustache going as well on the Bulls, as well as Jan Fenter, for who they think is going to be winning this one. That number 2 looks familiar, which is Louis Van der Vesthuizen. Is he an ex-international player or ex-Super Rugby player? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, because he does look very familiar in that regard. And we have got Hamish malfunctioning, another good idea for an emoji, and it's rugby and art weekend for me. I'm a paper artist, and I'm making sure Halloween decorations I'm making some Halloween decorations to sell at the craft fair at the Balloon Fiesta we're having in October. That sounds pretty awesome to have a fiesta of the balloons, biggest hot air balloon convention on the planet as well, says Katie Dixon. I think you have mentioned that recently as well, and you mentioned about how they have a whole heap of food there at the same time, I think, because they kind of have, when you have a fair in America, like they do it big time, like you have a whole heap of food available there. I don't care, but next time, boys, as well, it says Benny, and already might do for doing the haka as well, says Benny, for the Cheetahs in terms of, I assume that is the scoreline in this regard, as long as they get the winners, all that you are worried about, which maybe at this stage only 5 points difference as well. We have got someone, is that someone going for the Cheetahs or someone against the Cheetahs? Do let me know. That's a hard name. Anetti. Hopefully I said your name right. Do let me know if I did get it wrong there. And we others got there. It's a huge thing as well, says Katie Dixon, but now it's going to be a line-out throw, almost claimed by the Bulls. It's a loose ball there, going forward a little bit. No, they have been able to claim that one for Nokia once again. They've got the ball available. 53 minutes through this one. The yellow card of the Cheetahs will still be around for another minute or so. And at this stage now, big high kick from the number 9, Marco Janssen van Veren, taken beautifully by Madosh Tambwe. That's almost one of the first touches we have seen of him throughout this match. I think we saw one in the first half, but other than that, we just haven't really been able to see too much. Once again, Christopher Smith kicking it in behind. He's out on the field, and as soon as, it's still Hawson. I thought it was actually Christopher Smith, because that is something that he does very well, is kicking it in behind straight away. And we have got, Cheetahs as well, says Benny, and also we have got there, I'm in Blue Bulls Rugby team, and also so that was from CPM, and also got the Bulls from Jan Fenter. Do you understand Afrikaans? Unfortunately not. I wish that I did, but I don't actually know any sentences in Afrikaans, unfortunately. I'll definitely cook my mother some breakfast tomorrow. It's her 59th birthday, says Sebastian, so hopefully she does have a very good day. I was going to say wish her a happy birthday from me, but I'm not sure whether she knows who I am. I do hope she has a very good birthday. I'm not sure how she'd feel about that if she doesn't know about the YouTube channel. You'd be like, some random guy off the internet has wished you a happy birthday, Mum, as well. And then she would be probably very confused in that regard. And we have also got, read mine, please. As I said, Benny, I do not understand Afrikaans, unfortunately. I'm only just starting to get the pronunciations right in terms of the player names, but hopefully one day I will be able to get a few of those pronunciations. Maybe even be able to do a couple sentences in Afrikaans would be pretty awesome. Although I haven't got the skill to say Yapinke with that little bit of the click that is involved in that name. I haven't quite been able to work out how to do that in that regard. But I feel like that would be pretty awesome to be able to do as well. But at this stage there, just a little bit of a high tackle on Auran Pina, sorry. So because of it now, the Cheetahs, are they back to 15 men? I'm not too sure. I think they must be very close to it if they are not quite yet. They're going with the short line out. It's working out better for them now. Auran Pina passes it back to the hands of Fundamerva, wrestling his way forward, but it's Jano Bota all over him trying to get the ball. Going back now, Pina. Nice little backline movement. Good step there from their number 11. Is still stepping around here. And Malcolm, yeah, he's dropped the ball, but they're going back for another penalty for offside as well. And we have got, say hello, Mince is people as well. And Benny has said, say, I hope it is, or else I would be ending up in that situation of saying something possibly not ideal. I will get Jan, is that how you say people? Do let me know. I just want to make sure I had balls go as well from Jan Fender, and she definitely heard your voice because I had the stream connected to a speaker when I'm in the shower as well, says Sebastian. So she'll be like, who's this random guy speaking from the shower, Sebastian, who's wishing me a happy birthday, and happy birthday to your mum as well, says Katie Dixon. Sometimes it's a struggle for someone brought up in Scotland to understand Kiwi English and vice versa as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, I feel like I love the Scottish accent though. Like, I absolutely love saying, I think I said his name wrong, but it was Xander Ferguson. And I absolutely love saying it, although I think it is actually pronounced differently to that. WhatsApp number, please, as well, says Benny. I don't actually have WhatsApp. Unfortunately, I am sorry in that regard. I do have Instagram, though. So if you do want to give us a follow on the old Instagram, I will put it in the chat. They are actually going to be going for the three-pointer here. And I believe the strategy behind that is because then they will be back to the 15 men out on the field unless the ball hits the post and comes back out into the field of play. That is the other option, but it's been knocked on by the Bulls. So now the Cheetahs are going to have this ball 10 minutes out. They've got the advantage as well. Now it's going to be Pina with the wide ball. They're trying to link up here. Running sideways. It is going to be the number 15 dragged down by Duprea. Almost stolen in the breakdown. It almost wasn't. Now it's going to be taken back. No, it's going to be a penalty to the Bulls. Oh, advantage was over as well. That was a very short amount of time that advantage was here. And we have got this match stream live. Says Nico Detoy. Can anybody help me with a link? I think, unfortunately, I'll tell you what, I will try my best to find one for you, mate. In terms of on YouTube, I'll see if I have got one where you can watch the game live. Hopefully, no. The one website or the one channel that I do know that normally shows the actual footage hasn't got it up anymore. I think they may have gotten a copyright strike, unfortunately, there. So I am sorry about that, but I believe hopefully there will be highlights on the South African rugby page, the Springboks Rugby, I think it is called, or something along those lines, but they are normally around 24 hours behind, I think, for that one. That's going to be an overthrow from the Bulls, and now running forward once again. It is going to be Van der Westhuizen. Going back now, the backline movement for the Cheetahs has been working relatively well. Beautiful quick hands, but it's been put down there by the Cheetahs, and it's a knock on. He is saying that he was possibly high tackled there. The number 15 for the Cheetahs. Go Bulls as well, says Katie Dixon, and thank you. I'll send her wishes from the Grooviest Rugby community on YouTube as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got the celebratory little emoji doing the party hat and whatnot from Katie Dixon. Katie Dixon doing the party hat, I don't think is a sentence that I've ever said before in my life. But, you know, if doing the party hat is something that I don't think will catch on. But it is going to be Funsell now, making his way out onto the field. That is going to be for Vessels, who has already been able to score 2 tries in this matchup. They are excited here, the Cheetahs, and they are at the stage of still. Actually, they're back to 15 now, which is very good news for them. They wanted to try and get that kick over before so that they could get back to the 15, but ended up hitting the post, coming back into the field of play, having a struggle with my words now. Must have ticked over 4 a.m. yesterday. It's 4:09 at the moment. 7 degrees Celsius, though. We will well and truly take that. Everyone do the party hat, as well, says Katie Dixon. And at this stage now, it's going to be Marco Janssen van Veeren going to get the ball back. Instead, leaves it for it will be Heinrich Low driving forward here for the Bulls. This is still a very close game between these two sides. Only 5-point difference. And at this stage now, it will be Janssen van Veeren once again, kicking this one downfield. Going just down the middle of the field, going to be taken very nicely there by, It's going to be going sideways past it across field. And the Cheetahs, their backline movement, I did say it just before, but it has actually been very crisp at times in terms of getting that ball out to the wingers as quickly as they can. But David Creel, one of the first times I've seen him in this game so far, he was almost able to get that ball for his side in the breakdown. Good tackle from Nokia there, going short side once again. Flat ball out wide, beautiful inside ball. Close to the touchline there for Jasper. Now going back across field, not the best pass there from Meyer, but they have been able to clean it up. It's a flat ball to the hands of Bernardo. Another name who I haven't said too often there, and it's going to be a penalty to the Bulls in the breakdown once again. And this time, it was Martinzima who was able to win it as well. Not releasing the ball is the call up against the Cheetahs. Unfortunately, they had that little bit of momentum that they were able to find, but since then, it just hasn't quite been able to work out for them. And every time they think that they have got a chance in this one, the Bulls just end up getting that penalty. But 20 minutes left in this game, still anyone's game. Everyone before the match was predicting that the Bulls were going to win it by a total of 20 points. And now this will be a good opportunity for them to be able to do so if they get this rolling maul going like they are very capable of doing and trying to work their way towards getting that bonus point win. Even though they don't need it, they are already sitting on top of the table. All they needed in this game was a win, and they will have a home final, and it will be the semi-final happening at Loftus, and then the final as well will be happening at Loftus if that is the case. Unfortunately, still no crowds at the grounds, but it is still looking like a very nice night for some rugby, about 10 degrees Celsius there. And also, depending on where you are in South Africa, you might be looking at around 5 degrees or so, depending on what the time of day is. At this stage, it will be around that 5:11 p.m. Now it's going to be another rolling maul here for the Bulls, and this is looking dangerous for the Cheetahs. Once again, it is his own player who has taken that one down, so because of it now, it does mean that they have still got the opportunity here. It's going to be, once again, going back. Johannes is playing the halfback role now. He has come off the bench, going short side with the wide ball. Madosh Tamboy is going to be scoring the try, and that is going to be the bonus point for the Bulls. And not just that, they already had it, actually. Now that I think about it, that is the 5th try of the match now for the Bulls. And now they have extended that lead just a little bit more. Hamish, what is your favourite dish? As well, says Birdie V. Oh, favourite dish is a hard one. I feel like maybe, pizza's a very good shout in terms of, but I guess that's not really a dish. That seems like more of a favourite food. Favourite dish for me, I would say, I don't mind a chicken fried rice, if that counts as a dish. I think it should a little bit. So I would say maybe a chicken fried rice. Can't go past a good chicken fried rice. Also, a nice stir fry is also pretty decent as well. I'm not going to cook it, but I'll order it from Xanabar as well, says Katie Dixon. Is Xanabar like Uber Eats over there? Xanabar. Where is Xanabar? Is that I feel like that is either a location or a delivery service, because we have got none here in my small town. I don't know why I keep on stopping myself. I feel like you guys know where I live by now. It's got there nice from Birdie V. Very nice try out wide. 12 points is now the difference. The Bulls are able to convert that one as well. Very good kicking so far from Hussein. And at this stage now, 12 points is going to be the difference with 17 minutes left. If the Cheetahs want any chance of winning this match, they need to get the next try. 15 likes, guys. Smash that like button and subscribe if you are new, says Birdie V. You heard him. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated, all of the support that we have been having on these live streams for the Currie Cup. They are happening in the middle of the night here in New Zealand, but didn't want to miss them at all because of the fact that there were going to be some very good games, but they are just showing that sub of Johannes already out on the field, and that is replacing Jaco of, not Jaco, Marco Janssen van Verden as well. And come on, Cheetahs as well, get the win, says it is Anechi. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also it's a lyric from Tenacious D. Lol, it's a song I just make. I was just making a joke to myself, really. I thought it was like Uber or like a Uber Eats situation. I'm not going to cook it. I'll order it. Is it a rap song or is it a non-rap song? Do let me know. Or a non-rap song's very vague, isn't it? But now it's going to be off the back, and it's once again going to be in the hands of the Bulls, and it's going to be Van Rooyen driving forward in the number 18 jersey. Going back across field. Great seller dummy from Hussein, but he has gone down there. Good low tackle from Masuku, sorry. Now, once again, it is going to be Johannes going back across field, gives it to Van Zyl. And that's going to be a penalty against the Cheetahs. A player entering from the wrong side of the maul, or the wrong side of the ruck, I should say. Tackler not rolling away, and now because of it, they can't kick it for the corner once again here, the Bulls. And now this is when we said that they would be their most dangerous. The last 20 minutes of a game, this is when they can really pour on the pressure. It was 24-24 at halftime, and at this stage, two uncontested, that's a new word, uncontested tries, I guess you could say, in the second half, as the Cheetahs have just not quite been able to get over the try line for the second 40, but the Bulls have been able to do it twice, and this could be a third, because they are going to be 20 metres out, and it will be the rolling maul now opportunity for them. We've fun settled with this line-out throw. He's going right to the back to Nokia, who claims it nicely. That'll pass off the back, and it's going to be Dupre now trying to run straight over the top of the number 16, Arnoldi. Goes back across Johannes. Good hands there from, it was Heinrich Low. The pass was a little bit above him, but he was able to take it nicely. Now it's a flat ball. It was a good run from Mapo, but he was stopped there, and it's a penalty to the Cheetahs now. And they were 5 metres out from their line, so they definitely needed to win that one, and they did just that. And now they will be able to kick the ball downfield a little bit further. It's a brand that's famous here in the USA and some other parts of the world. It's a two-man guitar band like Flight of the Conchords as well, and they both act as well as sing funny songs as well, says Katie Dixon. So I haven't actually heard of them. Flight of the Conchords, of course I have, but I haven't heard of Tenacious D or the I haven't heard of Tenacious D, which is an interesting name now that I think about it, although I'm sure it doesn't mean what I think it means. That we have got there, Go Bulls Go from Jan Fenta as well. And I will mention anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be covering the next match of the night, which is going to be between the Sharks, and also it will be between the Western Province, whose name I keep on forgetting for some reason. And Sebastian has said the Cheetahs would have to smuggle some Benetton players into their rosters for a comeback as well, says Sebastian. And that's the thing, we're going to get to see Benetton take on some of these South African sides throughout the United Rugby Championship. That starts a lot earlier than I thought it did. It actually starts at the end of September, with the first round having Munster taking on, it will be the Sharks, and also the Bulls taking on Leinster. Two massive teams in that regard, or two massive games, I should say, going short once again for the Cheetahs. A little bit of a loose ball there, but it's going to be fun settle now. Passes it back. And that is going into the open space, and it is going to be a penalty. Oh, it's a penalty against the Bulls, because they were just a little bit too far ahead, thinking about taking it quickly. Horson decides against it in the end. We have got Flight of the Conchords as the exact precise Kiwi equivalent of Tenacious D. I've learnt when I try and say words with a W in them, because I'm kind of in South African mind, like set in terms of how to pronounce some of these names. Like I guess Fundamerva is a perfect example, and it is spelled MERWE. So of course I say it as V, because I am pronouncing it in the South African way. So I almost said Kiwi there, but of course that isn't quite what it is. I'll send you a link to an old video on my old Facebook, where my friends Rachel and Karen and I lip synced a Tenacious D song at a bar for my sister's birthday. That would be an interesting video, I think, if I'm not wrong, because you do follow us on Instagram, don't I? I think we've talked on Instagram once or twice, I think, if I'm not wrong. And we have got there. I can't wait for the Ultimate Rugby Championship in September. I'll be honest, I expect the Irish sides to absolutely annihilate the South African sides as well, says Sebastian. It's going to be exciting. I am going to be covering as many of those games as I possibly can, as well as the top 14 Gallagher Premiership, Rugby Championship, Bunnings NPC, and all of the internationals that are taking place. We've got plenty on the cards, which is why hopefully I'm hoping to be able to, that was 2 hopefullys in a row, I'm hoping to be able to get my new headset before all of those games take place, because I think it will sound a lot clearer, and then it will be a lot better quality for me to be able to, dreadlocks back then as well, says Katie Dixon. I didn't actually know that you had dreadlocks. So that will be an interesting image to see as well. I feel like this is the longest my hair's ever been, so it's a little bit weird to have my hair like as long as this. Like before this, the longest it's been is probably about that long for my hair length. Another 5-0 City win flying as well, says BKR Sport. Yeah, ever since that first game, they seem to have warmed up now, because I did see that you were having a little bit of a back and forth with someone on Instagram, if I'm not wrong, because they said that Manchester City wouldn't be able to get a big win, but now stepping around once again, it is going to be Duncan Sale. He was able to score a try earlier on in this match for the Cheetahs. And now it is going to be once again Mahoji getting another carry going back. They've got 2 number 9s on the field at the moment, but it is going to be Pena driving forward at the defensive line now. 45 out at the moment for the Cheetahs. Like I mentioned, if they need, or if they can get a try here, they would be kind of back into this game, but they're really going to need 2 within the next kind of 5 minutes or so. And there's a short run here. Madosh Tumway, though, too much pace for the replacement number 9. Going on the outside, though, this man's got a bit more pace here, and he wasn't quite able to link up there in the end, but they have still got this ball. No, they haven't. It's been ripped away in the end by Lavaskakini. I always risk saying that name because I believe if I say it wrong, then you end up in that situation of unfortunately saying a Afrikaans swear word. So you got to make sure you say it as cleanly as you can. I'm an Arsenal fan. Please don't mention it as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got Go Bulls Go from Jan Fenton. And also Bulls need one more try to seal the game, says Eugene. They do indeed. And at this stage, 15 minutes left in this game, although they lead by 15 at this stage. But one more try. Everyone was saying that they would win it by 20 points. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not it will be in that situation of being able to do so. We have got there in the chat as well. Let's go Bulls from Birdie V, and also Go Bulls says it was Katie, and also hey mate, and you said well mate as well, says Birdie V. And thank you very much. But yeah, that was a beautiful turnover from Lavaskakini. Hopefully that's correct. Hopefully it's not too close to, because I know that the middle part of that, the KAK part, can be taken as a Afrikaans swear word, I believe. If I'm not wrong, I was warned about that when I first ended up trying to pronounce them, when I was asking someone about them. But now at this stage, it is going to be once again in the hands of the Cheetahs just outside of the 22. But the ball straight on the ball. No, it is going to be the penalty for the player just not quite being able to roll away. Funsell, he's bleeding at the moment by the looks of it. The number 18, I believe it was. And now Roan Pena once again going to be kicking for the corner for the Cheetahs. And they haven't given up in this game yet. They want to try and get as many points on the board in the final 9 minutes as they can. They want to get back into this match. It's going to be tough for them, but if they can end up possibly winning a penalty only a few meters out to the, or a few meters out from the line, maybe they will be able to get the Bulls a yellow card, and then they've got their man advantage. We have got correct, says Johnny Douglas, and also in there, well, Katie Dixon, you're supporting my team. Nice after stream, the Liverpool Chelsea game. Best of luck with the rugby lads, and we will see you later on, mate. And we have got the high five in the chat from KT Dixon with the ball emoji as well. And that's one emoji, I don't think, like the ball emoji, I'm not sure whether you guys know, that is the only emoji for the channel that I actually created, because that was about as high as my skills went. So I kind of just had a rugby ball and I added the Kiwi Lads logo with a little bit of color as well. But yeah, all of the other emojis that have been made for the channel, they've been made by Isaac, who is very good at that kind of thing. But now it is going to be once again in the hands of the Cheetahs, offloading it back. Pena now on the outside, gives it now 15 going, and he scored the try now, Cohen Jasper. And he has been able to score the try right. They will be taking this one quickly, I would think, if I'm not wrong. And we have got there as well, Bulls, says Jacques. And also we have got a few emojis from Birdie V, and good luck, mate, says Sebastian. Tell you what, that was a beautiful run here for, in the end, the Cheetahs just able to get that rolling ball going, something that the Bulls have defended extremely well, but they've finally been able to break through. The first try of the second half for them, just nice little backline. Pena there from there, went to Cohen Jasper, and he was able to score the try. And he scored one earlier on in the match, if I'm not wrong. The ball and Kieran are my favorites as well, says Katie Dixon, and the ball and the Kieran emoji from Katie as well. And anyone who is wondering what those emojis are, if you do want access to those, almost managed to plug, if you do want access to those emojis, be sure to hit that join button for the channel membership. It is $5 New Zealand a month, or 500 Rand, maybe somewhere around 500 Rand, South African Rand, I believe. Closer game than I thought. Shouldn't have spoke too soon. Although, who knows, maybe we'll be in that situation. I mean, you predicted about 40-something points for the Bulls, and in the end, 14 or 12 points for the Cheetahs. So I think we're going to get, tell you what, we've had 80 points so far in this game, if my maths is correct, which is not, because it's 70. But 70 points so far in this one. Has been a high-scoring one, but 7 minutes left. If the Cheetahs can get any form of points on the board here very soon, they will be in with a chance, because of the fact that if they win this game, they actually do get the bonus point. They'll still be just outside of the top 4, but they would be able to possibly leapfrog the Western Province, which will be a lot of confidence for them. And this one now, it's going to be a nice backline movement once again. It's a quick hands, and now it's going to be a bit of a foot race, is it? He's done the step. He tried to run straight over the top of Hussein, who was able to drag him down. But the Cheetahs at the moment looking like they've got a little bit of an extra spring in their step. He's dropped the ball. I jinxed that. Sorry, anyone who has supported the Cheetahs. Unfortunately, the ball was put down there. And because of it, it does now mean that it was almost a very good break there, but it was a nice run in the end from Saul. But then from there, it was a beautiful run, short side as well, but just through the hands of it was Funfake, who wasn't quite able to hold it. Come on, Bulls, go as well. And we have got there, I want these emojis as well. Says Katie Dixon, and also we have got the try emoji from Sebastian. And at this stage, they are going for the corner of the Cheetahs. So they must have actually had a penalty. They had a penalty there, which does now mean they've got another opportunity to replicate that last try that they got and be within 1 point, or be only 1 point behind. Kickable goals not taken. The Cheetahs have had 8, but they have been able to turn some of them into points in the corner. So that is exactly what they got to go for in this game as well. It is now going to be a lot of pressure on that man, Arnoldi, I believe is the pronunciation there, and he is going to be throwing it in, trying to say that they are closing that gap a little bit. They might consider going short here. No, instead they go into the hands now, and it is going to be the rolling maul attempt once again here for the Cheetahs. This game is starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting very close, and the Cheetahs are getting very close to the line also. Only 5 meters short. It's been dragged down, but it is going to be available at the back for them to be able to use here. It is going to be in the number 11 jersey. Yeah, passing it back. Pienaar with the wide cutout ball is going straight into the hands now. Offload back, and they've got men on the outside. It's going to be another try, is it? No, yes. How has he done that? He got absolutely smashed for an original contact. And then from there, he kind of fell sitting on his butt, only about a meter or less than a meter to the sideline. Just kind of went and put the ball down, and it's a try. I don't think he's in touch, but they are going to be checking this one to see whether or not he did end up touching the line. Cheetahs giving the Rainbow Cup champs a bit of a game as well, says Sebastian. They are indeed. And last week we saw it was the Pumas who also tried to push the Bulls, or maybe the week before, it's a high tackle. So that's at least going to be a penalty. I mentioned about the yellow card. Is that going to be it? He's not out there. He puts the ball down, and that could be a yellow card to the Bulls. My mind's going madness at the moment. That could be Combrink going off the field for I1. I do copy and paste as well, says Steve Smith. Yellow card against 23. I feel like this is a strange situation, because if what happens, and it's exactly similar to what I said earlier on, I will be confused. But he is going to be going off the field. The try still stands. Hey, mate, as well as from James Gordon. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is good to see you once again. This game's very close between these two sides. The Bulls sitting on 39. The Cheetahs sitting on 36. A kick to come. The Cheetahs are just working harder in this game, and they've got the man advantage for the final moments. There is still going to be another 4.5 minutes. Rohan Pena, if he can get this kick, then they will only be 1 point behind. And if the Cheetahs can win this game, they'll also get a bonus point, which will put them up to 31, which will mean that the Western Province need at least 1 point to be able to finish above the Cheetahs here. Rompina has been striking them beautifully so far. This one, not so much, unfortunately, for him. So that one has not gone over. So 3 points is going to be the difference. Surely not another draw. Surely not. Steve, surely we're not getting another draw. If we get another draw, yeah, that one is definitely a yellow card, though. Very high from it was Combrink. So he is off the field for the rest of this match. This game's hitting up, and I am absolutely loving it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be covering the game between the Sharks and the Western Province, which we will find out whether or not the Western Province will be going through to the semi-final from that matchup. Now it's going to be Rohan Pena kicking it downfield, looking for the touchline, and he does not find it. Ball bounces back infield, so now Hawson, no choice but to kick it back down to Rohan Pena, who might once again look for the touchline here. Decides to go for a gun for the big boot downfield this time. Has he found the touchline? Yes, he has. That's a brilliant kick as well, right down into the half of the Bulls now. And well, drop goal it is as well, says Sebastian. Imagine that, a drop goal to end this game with a draw. I don't know whether the Cheetahs would risk it. I think they would just kind of go, you know what, we've got this far. We might as well fully commit and see whether or not we can find our way over for a win here up against who many have said are the favourites to win this competition. And that's the other side of it. If the Western Province, if the Bulls lose this game, they will still get the bonus point. That will put them on 45, sorry. So that will then mean if the Sharks end up in the situation of winning their game with a bonus point and having a decent points differential, that's going to be a penalty to the Bulls. So I might have spoken too soon. 2.5 minutes left in this one. And now it will be the possession of the Bulls. But yeah, at this stage, it would mean that the Sharks could end up with a home crowd, or a home ground, I guess you could say. There's not really too much crowd at the moment for these games, unfortunately, but now it is going to be Hawson who will once again be kicking this one for touch. They haven't actually gone to the bench yet in terms of using Christopher Smith, so they've decided against it in this match throughout, and Hawson once again with a very good kick downfield just outside of the 22. The line-out will be on, but once again, they just ended up playing the man in the air, unfortunately, and straight away, Rohan Nokia knew it, and he let the ref know exactly about it as well. Minute and a half left in this game now between these two sides. Fansel once again kicking to the back. Oh, it's gone through the hands though, but it's bouncing up nicely, and it's going to be Hawson inside ball to Nokia. Now they're inside of the 22 here, the Bulls, and they are hoping to close out this game, perhaps shutting down the bonus point of the Cheetahs for being within 7 here. Actually, no, I take back my statement because of the fact that even if they lose this game by less than 7, they will still get 2 points. So that statement that I made about the Sharks being able to come in first is completely irrelevant, but that was almost the opportunity. It's going to be the penalty, though, for offside. Double blow the whistle as well. And tensions are running high. I think there's a little bit of a scrap going on in the middle of the field at the moment between a couple of the front rowers. He is not too happy at the moment. Arnoldini, and I believe it was actually number 8 in this one, Heinrich Lowe, who he was having a bit of a conversation with at the stage now. 15 metres out. The Bulls, I believe they are going to be having the penalty, or maybe it's actually a Cheetahs penalty that we are going to be seeing, but it seems like there is just a little bit of an injury there for the replacement number 9, which in this one is Keegan Johannes. 3 points difference. I was not predicting this one. I think everyone was saying around 20 points or so, but the Cheetahs have somehow been able to just hang right in this matchup. And in the end now, we've still got a minute left, but the Cheetahs are going to have to go about a long way. Oh. That's only the second yawn of the day, so we're not doing too bad. Anyone who was wondering, it is currently 4:32 a.m. here in New Zealand. We're going to be doing one more game as well. They are kicking for the corner here, the Bulls. So they actually want to prove a bit of a point by the looks of it. They've decided we could have taken the 3, but that would not put us 7 points ahead. And if we get a try here, we cancel out your bonus point. So that is exactly what they're going to be going for here. And it will be Joe Van Sale who will be throwing this one in with 40 seconds left in this game between these two sides. And what a game it's been. Very close. Don't think many were predicting it to be as close as this one is. So the Cheetahs need to find a way of winning a penalty and stopping this dangerous rolling maul that I'm sure we'll get to see the Blue Bulls use throughout the finals matches. That's great defense, though, from the Cheetahs, driving them nicely backwards. So at the back, it is going to be Joe Van Sale. They've got 15 seconds left. Trying to get through. They've been told to use it. The ball has gone down to the ground. He tried to play it. It was a little knock on. 7 seconds left, and they're going to get to have the scrum. So it's still got just enough time to be able to see one more little moment between these two sides. And what has been a very good game so far. The last game that we watched was 13 points to 13. In this one, we're only going to have 3 points difference at this stage. If not, maybe less, depending on whether or not the Cheetahs can get themselves down the other end of the field. And then it would just become that situation of, do they decide to go for 3 or do they decide to go for the full 7? We have got the Cheetahs finally finished on a high note, though. A massive respect to these lads. Yeah, they actually, in the end, I said that the Bulls were going to be the team that finished better in the last 20, but I actually have to take that back. The Cheetahs have done extremely well in the last kind of 20 minutes, from about the 50-minute mark to around probably 63 or so. It was well and truly going the Bulls' way, and they were able to score a couple tries in quick succession. But at this stage now, once again, it's going to be a massive opportunity for the Cheetahs to be able to try and make their way all the way down. We have got their Weather Box next match as well, says Pete. It is not going to be next weekend, but the weekend after. So I will quickly get the date for you so you know exactly when it is. The next weekend that the Box are going to be playing on, it is going to be the 12th of September is when their next game is going to be taking place, and it is going to be up against the Wallabies. Australia is going to be South Africa's next target, I guess you could say, because, of course, they do very well indeed, the Springboks in the Southern Hemisphere derbies. We have Scott. Thank you for an awesome stream, mate. No worries, Birdie. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. I hope you did enjoy. And at this stage, we are going to be continuing through another live stream. It is going to be the Sharks taking on the Western Province, the final match of the night as well. The Cheetahs finished on a high note. I read that one as well. I just realized at this stage now it is going to be another scrum. I realized that this right here, I said that the game is finished. So that kind of gives us a little bit of a spoiler in terms of what is going to be happening very soon. So I assume maybe either the Bulls get the ball or it will be a knock-on advantage perhaps. Front row goes down. Bulls get the penalty. And I assume they decided just to kick this one out rather than going for the 3 points. But they are going to be going all the way to the semi-final to take on the winner of the match between the Western Province and the Pumas. What a game. Close game between these two sides. And at this stage now, we are just going to have to wait and see whether or not it will be the Western Province or the Pumas. The Western Province, they need to get a bonus point win over the Sharks. The Pumas, they have got their draw. All they need now is to be able to hang on. It's going to be exciting stuff. And the next game is going to be kicking off in 25 minutes' time. And that is when that next one is going to be taking place. I'll probably end up having a snack in between these live streams and see how I get on. But I'm excited. I'm going to be commentating that next one between the Sharks and also the Western Province as well. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button as we are going to be back for that next one. And also the semi-final matches and the final that is going to be coming up in only a couple weeks' time. That is also going to be around that 12th of September mark, maybe the 13th, depending on what country you are in. I believe it will be the 13th in New Zealand and the 12th over there in South Africa. But at this stage now, looks like it is starting to get dark. It must be a total of 5:36 p.m. over there in South Africa at the moment. So nonetheless, I think we are almost going to be at the end of this live stream. We'll get some stats up, though, to work out exactly how this match went, I guess you could say, because it was extremely close between these two sides. What we will do is we will get it up on our screen right now. So the Bulls versus the Cheetahs, it was actually almost 50-50% possession, 51% going the way of the Bulls. In the first half, it was actually 53% the way of the Cheetahs, and then the territory, still 57% for the Cheetahs throughout this match, and 56% territory in that second half for the Cheetahs, and also, or for the Bulls too, I'm having a shock, and also the Bulls have 58% possession in that second half, 5 tries apiece, which is something that not too many people were expecting for it to be such a close game. 259 meters carried for the Cheetahs, a whole 90 meters more than the Bulls had with the ball in hand. Defenders beaten 24 for the Cheetahs, 17 for the Bulls. Clean breaks 4 for the Cheetahs, 2 for the Bulls as well. So in this one, the Cheetahs were right in this match. Time in South Africa is currently 6:36. As this is Andre. Yes, it is actually add 2 hours, isn't it? So it will currently be 6:36. So that last game will kick off at 7 p.m., I believe, South African time, and finish at around 9. And 7 a.m. will be when it finishes here in New Zealand, I believe. But tackles made, the tackling percentage, 39 from 55 made by the Cheetahs in this one, with 71%. And in the second half, they actually struggled a little bit with the Bulls in terms of those tackle completions. They had 75 from 99. So they had a 76% percentage, and also a lot of kicks going over in this one. And yes, says Andre as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I think we are almost at the end of this live stream. I do appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back for the Sharks versus the Western Province game that is going to be kicking off in only around 22 minutes time. We are going to be starting that 5 minutes before kickoff to talk through everything that could happen in that one. And the fact that everything comes down to this last game for the Western Province is what may make it such a good performance, or could be the pressure that they do not need. But we will have to wait and see. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all in a very short moment for our next live stream, and I will see you all very soon.